Oh yeah. Y'all see what time it is. Come on in here, cool. Come on in. Come on in. Wipe your feet off, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's Black Cat After Dark, the rawest sports talk show on YouTube. For the fans, by the fans, with the fans. Hey, I see y'all boys out there, man. Y'all come on in. Elizabeth, Lassa, Chris, what's going on? True Life Times. I see y'all, man. Y'all keep on coming on in. Come on in. Y'all know we're going to get to it tonight as we do. What's going on, man? Hey, I see you up in here, Q. What's going on with you there, brother?
What's happening? What's happening? How everybody feeling tonight?
Hey man, trying to get it out. Waiting on the rest of them cats to come on in, man, and join the show. But they know what time it is. Rock and Blue, my boy. What's going on, Rock and Blue? Rock and Blue already lighting the screen up, man. Turn off the lights and let those pimps loose. Okay, I hear you, boy. Let's talk after dark. Turn them off. Turn the lights off. Hey, Rock and Blue, you looking a little Teddy P? Turn off the lights. Turn them off. That's what he said. That's what he said. Let them Terps loose. I hear you, boy. Turn them off. Hey, Texas Swarm in the house. I see you. I see you.
Yes, sir. What's
Rock and
going on
Blue
with
in the
everybody?
house. In the house.
I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
ain't nothing
lie.
like
I'm
this
hyped.
time, man.
I'm excited. Hey,
Hey,
let's get into it. Go.
man. I'm gonna go ahead. Them boys know what them talking points is, man. But I'm gonna give it to y'all. I'm gonna give it to the livest chat, man, on YouTube today, man. Like I said, by the fans for the fans, man. This was for the people. Hey, tonight, y'all, we're gonna talk about that 33 and that 39 in the draft. Everything is draft based, draft orientated, draft heavy, draft. The rumor mill. Let's get into the rumor mill. They talking about Michi. They still talking about Higgins. Still is the whispers about trading Derek Brown. And why? What type of position? Arizona is still knocking on the door. Y'all, then we get into a little bit more of the NFL because see, if you do that, y'all seen Stephon Diggs get traded, right, to Houston. So what kind of compensation can we get for Derek Brown? Hey, it's out there, man. It's out there. This is where I'm at. Y'all know I want a defensive end at the 33. Then we can get our wide receiver, or we can go a D lineman. We can come back and get a wide receiver again at 65. I just see that the wide receiver talent is so spread out that the guy can come in and he could be an X receiver for Bryce because there's so many guys in this draft that do different things. You got speedy guys. You got guys that had the same skill set as Deontay Johnson that we just got. Can stop on a dime, run 4.2s. I don't know. It was a lot of four, 4.2s. What did that the fastest guy he ran a 4.2, right?
It
In
was
the
like a
combine?
4-2. Was it a
Low
4-2-1? Four two
Xavier Worthy,
nine.
right?
Xavier Word. He broke the record. He tied the record at first, and then I think they
Yeah.
came back and say he got it by a second.
Broke the record this year. And then the other guys was falling right behind it. It's a lot of fast, twitchy guys in this. Then it's some big guys that can roll, y'all. It's some big guys that, oh man, these guys got talent because y'all like to hear me. I say it. Sometimes they don't hear me say it. It gets repetitive, but it's a fact. This was COVID. You got a lot of fifth year seniors, red shirt guys in this draft, from big men to receivers. You got a lot of guys that jumped in the portal that just had to get some tape somewhere at these Power Five schools and these mid majors. So these are some talented guys, y'all. No matter how they got there or whatever, Some of them are already somebody developed them somewhere. So we don't have to spend a lot of time in the development stages with some of these guys. Because some of these guys are ready to hit the field and get it. Chris, I hear you say Diggs uh wanted out. Yeah. And see, a lot of times when somebody like that wants out, you see how the deal was structured. Now I thought like, ooh, man, Stephon Diggs. You know what I'm saying? That they got more. Me and Q was talking like what Q was 3 years over there in Buffalo. We thought it was a little bit more, right?
Yes, sir. And then on top of that, like I said, Buffalo took some of his money to let him go because, like I said, he's only on Houston contract for 18 million right now.
Yeah, yeah,
After
yeah.
that, so that's
It
big.
was
They took a chunk of the
it was
money.
30 million, right? It was about 30 million
Yeah,
dollars, wasn't it?
yeah, yeah, yeah. He signed
So
a 4-year, $90 million deal with Buffalo, and so, like I said, the broke down was a little bit over. I think it was like close to 30. It was like 27, $26 million a year. So look, they took a lot of money and made that thing happen. Shout out to Chris for that super chat just now.
yeah, I'm trying to bring it. There it is. Appreciate it, Chris, too, man. We appreciate that, man. We appreciate the support, man. We appreciate the love and support y'all showed to this show right here, man. Get it off the ground. Appreciate it, man. Y'all just do not know the love, man, from the members, man. I appreciate it. I want this member community, the Discord community. We get like I said that don't forget y'all the members up in here. Uh we're gonna do that all 32. All 32. If you haven't, jump over there in the Discord and just say, I want in. And I know what you're talking about. Jump over there in the Discord and say, I want in. We getting ready to we getting ready to hold on. Let me get you a date. Let me get you a date. We getting ready to draw names say on the 18th. And then on the 25th, you got the draft. So we'll do that draft on the 24th. We'll do that little all 32 draft exercise on the 24th. We'll pull names on the 18th. But hey, man, I think that's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good show. If you want to go over to the Discord and just say, I want in, your name will go in the pot. You pull it out. You might get Atlanta. You might get the Vikings. You might get any. This is going to test your football knowledge in the NFL. You go up there, you're going to draft 3 rounds, and you draft for them. If they got 2 picks in the first round, you're going to draft both of those picks. If they got one or don't have one or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You're going to pick for that team. It's like I said, man, it's going to be a nice exercise. It's for the fans, for the members. I mean, hey, everybody, we want to get involved this year. We want to get involved. We want to get engulfed in this football thing right here. That way you say, oh yeah, I drafted for the what's called, and I seen that guy right there. Hell, we might play the team this year that you drafted for. You might pull for the Panthers. I don't know. But hey, let's get back into the content. Let's get back into it. Hey, so Q, if well, first of all, Q, 33, 39, 65. What are you doing,
hmm
brother?
If I'm the Carolina Panthers and I'm looking at areas of need on this team right here, at 33, I'm probably going to get the best available edge rusher that I could get, that I could come out here and pair with Jadeveon Clowney,
Hmm.
um, to be able to get after the quarterback. Edge rusher, outside linebacker right there. Yes, I know we went to spend money on him. I know we want to spend money on different guys, but I think right there, if it's Chop Robinson or any one of them guys that's available, you go and you get them.
Yeah.
33, I would take my time. Potentially, I could get probably an offensive lineman there. I probably look at who's ever available, either the guard slash center from UConn. I go big in the
Uh-huh.
depth. I'm addressing the depth on both sides of the ball with them 2 second round picks. That's what I would do. Win in the trenches. Um, and then with that 60, what was the number? 61, 65?
65, 65, 65.
With that 65, I'm probably gonna go get a receiver that could come in, whether it's a Devontae Walker or Roman Wilson or somebody like that. I'm gonna go get somebody that could come in and be a bona fide number one. Devontae Walker is a bona fide number one, and he'll be available in the
Yeah,
third
for sure.
round. He's a bona fide number
Devontae
one.
Walker. Devontae Walker, perfect example of what I was talking about earlier, man. Devontae Walker ended up going to HBCU. Then he jumped in the portal. Now Q you might help me out. I don't want to be wrong. I know he went to HBCU. I don't know if he went to another like a JUCO or something like that before he went to the HBCU. But anyway, you guys,
Yeah, he
this
did.
portal, he did. So
Hmm.
you got
Made him
guys,
ineligible.
yeah. Now think about a guy like Ocho Cinco, Chad Johnson. At one time, Chad Johnson was the man in the NFL, bro. As far as a wide receiver, the man. Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson ended up doing the same thing. I think he got into a fight when he was at the first place he was at. This is before the portal. Then he goes to Arizona, correct? Q.
Yeah, because he was at Utah with Steve Smith.
Yeah.
Him and
Then
Steve
he ended
Smith
up
was roommates at Utah, and then, like I said, he ended up transferring down there to Florida.
yep, to some little school,
Hmm.
some mid-major. Then he ended up in Arizona to finish out. He 1 year jumped in the
Hmm.
draft. Ah, damn. If anybody help me out in the chat where Chad got. That's why he say all the time. It don't matter where you get drafted. It don't matter where you get drafted. I can't remember what round Chad got drafted in. But all Chad needed was some tape. And see, Devontae Walker just don't have. He didn't have no tape. If think about it, if he'd have been at UNC the whole year or 2 years, bruh, he'd be right up there. He'd be right up there with Harrison and all the boys. I'm telling you, he that good. I'm telling you. So sometimes, far as different positions, when they say getting a diamond in the rough or whatever, it's those type of guys they talk about, not guys that might have some type of hand placement issue or they need a little coaching. They talking about these guys that went around the bend to get to the league. Might have been in three schools, might have been in a JUCO, and ended up having to play at like Cam Newton. He had his little thing in Florida. He goes to the JUCO, win national championship, come back to Auburn, win national championship. But see, if Cam would have messed around, and let's say he went to Auburn and he had a lackluster year or something like that, Q, right? Because of I don't know fit scheme, the coaching staff getting ready to leave. What you think, Q? Where you think he'd have failed?
Oh, Cam would have been in
Let's
the
say,
middle of the first, so probably late first.
yeah, say something. Say Cam was Cam, just like he is, can take over a game, whatever. Let's just say the coaches that ended up scouting him and drafting
Look,
him to Auburn ended up leaving. Ended up getting paid out and got another job. New, almost
hmm
like Richard. New
if that
coaching
was the
staff
case,
come in.
go, we would have ended
Yeah,
up with Blaine Gabbert. That's exactly what
there
the
you
fuck
go.
was gonna
There,
happen.
there, there, there you go. But somebody else that got Cam right and been like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Third round pick
Hmm.
like Russell Wilson or something like that, and then the next thing you know, MVP, blah blah blah, and y'all know how the story ends. You know what I'm saying? That's the type
Hmm.
of stuff we might have to look at. Say, when we got these two fifth rounders around here. We got two fifth rounders. When that 240 pick that we picked up from Pittsburgh. You see what I'm saying? Those are the type of players that comes down to the scouting department. MDJ, I see you up in here there, brother. What's going on with
Man, ain't nothing, man. You know I was pulling up, man. A little late, but I'm always coming
you?
up
No
in
doubt,
here.
brother. No doubt, brother. We hold it down. We got the stove cooking in here. You know what I'm saying? We just warming it up. You know what I'm saying? It's on
Yeah.
about 275 right now. We'll pump it up to about 350. You know what I'm saying? Everything's everything. But look, man, MDJ, um, 33, 39, 65. What you doing?
Um, Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you because I think this season is more so about evaluating the team, evaluating your quarterback, bro. If depending on what wide receiver is there, I would go wide receiver. But if the wide receiver that's not a fit for this team is there, I would go edge rusher. But honestly, I think this season more so about evaluating Bryce so you can know what to do in the future. We ain't gonna win a lot of games. These boys trying to keep their job at the same time as evaluate Bryce. Best way to evaluate your quarterback, put something around him so it ain't no excuse and just see what you got. So if the right receiver is there at 33, Keon Coleman, maybe Troy Franklin, maybe if Worthy somehow fall there, you know what I'm saying? I would get him a weapon. I would. At 33 or 39, I would definitely get him a weapon. But as far as
What?
edge rusher, O-line, cornerback, if that's the
MBJ,
best player on the board, I'm going to take that.
let me ask you a question. You don't believe in building in the trenches first?
No, that's the correct way to build a football team. But one
Hmm.
thing I can say, they have addressed that in the offseason pretty decent, I feel like. So
Okay, but MDJ, what if those pieces they went out and got out in the off season don't come full circle? Then what you gonna do?
but
You
that's what I'm
miss up on
saying.
a Chop Robinson because you could go and get a Xavier Worthy when you could have solidified your defensive line or your edge rush, your outside line.
Like I said, it's got to be one of those receivers I feel like that fits the team to pass up on one of them guys. But at 33 or 39, you I ain't gonna say you got to take a wide receiver, but you need to. Like I said, you want to evaluate your quarterback. You don't want to leave any room for error. You want to know what you got going forward. That way, next year when you go in the draft, if your quarterback ain't shit, then your biggest need is going to end up being quarterback. So the best thing to do is evaluate Bryce this season, as well
Well,
as try to be
you can
competitive.
Hey,
evaluate all day long, MBJ, but the number one thing is you can evaluate all day long. They're not gonna get rid of that guy after 2 years if it's not, the numbers that they're looking for. They're not gonna get rid of him. They'll live and die on that throne of trying to make it work before they
I'm
do that.
I'm under the belief that they won't do that because they know they want their job. Your owner ain't been patient with nothing in the building ever, with nothing. He ain't been patient with nothing. Why would I think he would be patient with this quarterback? I really don't. I think if he good, we move forward. If he bad, we move on. And that's just the direction I think Dan Morgan want to follow. Be it because he know
And
his
well,
job is on the line as well.
well, well, let me throw it at y'all like this right here. What if the plan? Cause we don't know the plan. We just hypothetically spitballing. You know what I'm saying? What if the plan is almost like you just said, best player available? Cause leave no stone unturned around here. Now we could upgrade at any position on this roster. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like everything on this roster is just you know what I'm saying solidified with an all pro or pro bowler or something like that. You know what I'm saying? We could if they get a center, I would not be mad. You understand what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. If they was to get a, you know, what a say if a Joe Ott fail, you know what I'm saying? Get it. You understand what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. What if they were
yeah, but
looking
you
at
you
something
you you
just
know them boy ain't looking at no Joe Alt.
I, well, I'm just saying. I'm
Even
just
if
saying.
he was to
Well, I'm
fall,
just
a 6'8"
yeah.
specimen, they gonna pass right over him. But that ain't what they
Come on,
want.
come on. Oh my God, I
That,
wouldn't.
that ain't what they want,
I
driver.
don't. I don't even want to.
I,
I don't
I,
even want to. I don't even want to.
I'm not gonna
I
say they
don't even know
dummies
why I
like
got.
that, Q. I know.
They are. They
I
are.
give them
Like
until they
that
show me
cute.
different. I'm gonna give them more credit
They
than
they
that.
are so
I can't
I'm gonna
do
horny
give.
that.
I'm
for
gonna
a
give BJ.
wide
I'm gonna give
receiver.
BJ on that.
Yeah,
Cute.
see, the one thing y'all failing, y'all keep
I
giving these
am.
boys sense like it's a competent, like we talk about a competent front office, dog. We talk about a bunch of dummies who coaching for their ass. That's a difference, dog. They gonna coach for what a position that looks the best on the field, and that's gonna be receiver. I want them to go in the trenches, but guess what? They could go and get that goddamn receiver. I hope you know it.
But to be real though, that's a need too though, Q. It is a need. It's a need. It's
Okay,
not them
so
just reaching for a receiver. It's a need on the team. Like Go
it's
said, I don't think no position is off the table because it's not like
No.
you void of talent any fucking way on the team. You
so
don't
so
have
so
you don't have an all pro anywhere, damn near.
you know what's a true need on this team that they keep overlooking? Tight end. You know what's a true need that they keep overlooking on this team?
taking a tight end at the top of the second is damn near reach. It's more tight end talent lower than it is higher in this draft. Tight end would be a reach, but as far as like
Yeah,
D
but
line,
if you want to go
Yeah,
and
I
get your
think what you're
guy,
talking about. You just
your
ain't never.
guy,
We never look for one. We never tried to focus on getting
we
one. Is
never
what I'm
tried to
saying.
even find one, dog. Come
I
on,
when I
it's like go get if you're going to get premium talent in the top second round, why don't you? And you say you want to get a position that really matters. Why don't you make an impact on? If you're going to make an impact on the scoreboard, because think about it, any rookie you get right now, he got to come behind Dejounte Johnson, and he gonna have to come behind oh boy, what's the other wide receiver? I
Adam
can't
Thielen,
remember his name. Adam
Thielen.
Thielen. Now think about it. You already got Mingo right there. Now be mindful. I know a lot of people can say, well, if you get an Xavier Worthy, he's gonna be better than all of them. Is he really? Is he gonna be really that much of a difference maker than what you got in them two already?
But
So
that's the gamble you take in the draft anyway, though. Q. That's
yeah,
the
but
gamble
you
you taking in
piling
the
up.
draft
What
anyway.
team do you know in the NFL right now piling up receivers and going out there having 3, 4 receivers, starting caliber receivers, and don't got a goddamn quarterback to throw to them? What team you know that?
Well, see,
What
they
team
looking
doing
at it
that?
as they don't know what they have in their quarterback because he got sacked 62 times. You don't necessarily know what you got until you put some around.
And that's what you said the thing right there. If a motherfucker got sacked 62 times, you know what you got in your quarterback. You got an idiot who can't see the goddamn rush coming, can't tell what the defense is doing. That's what that tells me. He struggles with seeing the defense. If you got sacked 62 times, yes, you can say your offensive line. You could put about half of that on your offensive line, 62 times. But you had an all-time high. That's also some bearing on the quarterback as well. That means what? You hold the ball, you're trying to juke, you're trying to run around in the backfield, mistakes happen, and you running into sacks. So you got to put some of that blame also on the goddamn quarterback.
Now, Q, you know I'm around here all the time now. Everybody know I'm around here all the fucking time. Now,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
this is what we say often, right? And I ain't gonna say
Uh huh.
just you. I'm gonna say we because I say it too. You say Chuba Hubbard is not a number one running back. You say Miles
He
Sanders is
isn't.
not a number one running back. Okay.
He isn't.
Now we say we don't just say this. It's actually shown statistically that our receivers won't get in separation because DJ Chark was like what number one and Mingo was two or some sort of combination like that, but they won't get no separation. And then I just told you they gave up 62 sacks. So that's basically your whole entire. And you just said we don't have a tight end. So that's your whole entire offense. And you say your quarterback ain't shit. So your whole offense is nothing. There's no way you can have a problem with them drafting a wide receiver because you basically tell me that everything on your offense is nothing. I hear it said
Well,
every day on
so
here.
so
Well,
MDJ.
hold
So
up, Q.
put
Hold
it
up,
put it.
Q. Hold up, Q. The real HHENT. My guy, the $2 super chat. Love the channel as always. Hey man, we love you, man. We appreciate your supporters, man. We appreciate these members. But y'all go ahead, man. Love the conversation. Y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, appreciate
MDJ,
that. Appreciate
that's
it.
a valuable thing to say if we didn't see Andy Dalton come out here and throw 400 yards almost, and that leads me to believe behind the same team with the same players, cast and all, if you put a quarterback that's just competent enough to get the offense in rhythm, competent enough to move the chains, you don't have to sit here. The way this team is built right now, you put Andy Dalton behind it, you'll win goddamn close. You got a chance at winning the division. That's just me
But
being
this
real. But without a guy of Andy's caliber, which is a competent veteran, with a young rookie, second year rookie that really don't understand much, can't really do his job. He's a little wet behind the ears. I don't want to bash a young fella, but we might win 4 games, dog. And that's the
now Q,
drop off on quarterback play right there.
I think Andy Dalton is
Hey,
terrible. Okay, I think Andy Dalton is terrible. But I
hold,
want to say this.
hold up, MDJ. Hold up.
All right,
I got two shocker questions. So I'm gonna throw this in the ring right here. Okay? Wipe the slate clean. Wipe the roster clean. How would you build a team? Roster is wiped clean. Bryce is your quarterback. Um, your same running back state, and Taylor Moat, Icky. And now the slate is clean. Build my offense for
I
Go
can do
out
that easily.
the only problem I got with what you're doing is you just took away everything we just went and got. You took away the two guards we got, and you took away the receiver we got.
Well,
So so
what I'm saying is basically the exercise is okay. If you say you can say you'll go in free agency and do that, what they did. You could say you do it in the draft. You could say you could say doing anything. You building the team. What you do?
if it was me, I'm gonna go get veteran offensive linemen because I'm not gonna take a chance on getting a rookie offensive lineman. I'm gonna get veteran offensive linemen. I'll probably get rookie playmakers.
But why do you
And
always do that? Why do you act like rookies can't come in the NFL and do their goddamn job? I mean,
But it's
we
certain positions
every
that
other
rookies just don't make an immediate impact. Q. That's what I'm
I
saying.
watch I watch guys like Mario Addison. I mean not Mario Addison. Addison in Minnesota break out. I watch CJ Stroud at quarterback break out. I watch edge rushers and Will Anderson have a good year. I mean, what am I missing? Look at Eli Ricks, cornerback in Philly breakout. So to position all the way around, rookie or not, if you get a person and you do homework on them, and I say homework, I mean you look at your whatever you gonna run, whatever set you're gonna run, you get a player that's catered to that and does that well. You sit down and you say, okay, with their measurables, how well will they fare in this particular scheme? That's what you do. It's
But
simple. They've been doing it for the last 30 years in the NFL. We just don't do it.
it's only certain positions, and it's not as off. You make it seem like it's just done easily. Like quarterbacks don't just
Bro,
come out
why
and do that
everybody
shit,
else
bro.
do it, but we can't do
Quarterbacks
it?
don't do it. They don't always do it. I mean, they don't always
If
do it. Like you give
okay,
me
so
C.J. Stroud, I'm gonna give you Derek Carr or David Carr. I'm gonna give you David Carr. You give me
Derek
C.J.
Carr wasn't a bad quarterback. I
David
mean,
Carr was terrible. I'm just it's
yeah,
just
but you pick the worst quarterback in the last decade almost and go
and
say,
you
okay,
pick the
yeah, he was
best one. You
terrible.
pick the best one. You pick the
Okay,
best one.
so
I
give me
mean,
another quarter. Hey, look, there's quarterbacks in the last couple of years that at the end of the day, bro, they do their job if they have the opportunity to do it, dog. You can't sit here and say when it comes to rookies, you never know who's gonna hit. And you always sitting here acting like no rookie is going to hit at all. You never know. Look at Jordan Love in Green Bay. Jordan Love was a rookie basically because he didn't play last year. Well, he
Yeah,
didn't play the
yeah.
year before, but he had his time. And when he stepped out there first thing on the field, what did he do? He gave you numbers. He gave you decent numbers. It wasn't I come out here, I'm Aaron Rodgers type of numbers, but they were decent numbers. They got you by. You could see he was decent.
yeah, but Q. How do it happen more often or it don't? It don't happen. The chances of that are
It's
way
less
less
likely.
than it is.
It's less
Yeah, that's
likely.
what but that's what I'm saying. So I'm not. And you tell me we don't draft well. You keep telling me we don't draft well, but you're telling me if
But
we get this, it's gonna work.
you asked me
You
a
can't
question
prove
how
that.
I would build a team if I had to wipe a clean slate and I said, okay, let me start
And
right
you had
now.
those
Let me look
cornerstone
at this.
pieces on offense.
Let
Yeah.
I
And
would
you just had
go
those
and
cornerstone pieces.
I would get my cornerstone pieces on offense, and like I said, I would fill in as I needed. And in the draft, I would take my time in a position like tight end. I would go find me a young tight end, and I would find him probably third or fourth round because I know if I get a value guy and do my homework on them, I can hit on that value guy. But it also is dependent upon what I have at quarterback. And the biggest question mark on this team is not the value pieces around everybody. The biggest question mark on this team right now is the quarterback and what he would look like. Everybody's challenging what will Bryce look like because we understand he looked terrible last year. Nobody can definitively say that Bryce is going to be a 4,000 yard getter right now as a quarterback. Can you say that?
You asked me,
Well,
do I
like
think Bryce can
y'all
get you
see what
4,000?
Justin Long just said, because see, it's hard to go in the draft and find that guy. You're absolutely right, Justin Long. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, at the quarterback position. But if you do your homework, you got a better chance at hitting than less hitting. Because think about it. Had we done our homework on Bryce versus us sitting here listening to our owner that wanted Bryce, done our homework, when it got CJ or AR, we would have been fine. Or even Will Levis. We would have been fine. That right there was four guys in the top first round that you could have took. that you could have said with this way that this team was constructed, with the offensive line we had already, with the team we had already, we would have came out and won some games. But because we took and like I said, I hate talking about this subject because it's such a touchy subject. We took a guy that we can't rely on right now, and
Oh, oh,
that's the cold hard truth.
oh.
Like,
See what Rock and Blue tell you, Q. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, Q, you always think everybody hit in
they
the
miss.
draft.
That's what I'm saying, Rock. That's what I'm
See what I'm
saying.
saying?
And then it's crazy because you give me a small sample size of that Andy Dalton. I know you tried to move it, go, but I'm gonna go back here just for a second, and then we get
Okay, go
back
ahead,
I
to
go
know,
ahead, go
I
ahead,
know.
go,
We're gonna
go
get
ahead,
up
go ahead,
off
go
of it.
ahead,
We're gonna get up
but you
off of it.
yeah, we're gonna get off of it. We're gonna get off of it. But you
go
hit me
ahead,
with the
go ahead,
Andy
go ahead.
Dalton shit, right? Now I ain't see a lot. I didn't watch 17 games of Seattle, but I did see more than one. Bro, damn near every quarterback that played them put up good numbers. So I'm going to sit in here and say that defense really secondary wise won't really like that. And I guarantee if you pull it up, you'll see that. And I ain't said I seen 17 games of them boys, and I ain't pull up no numbers, but I guarantee you they secondary won't that good. But that's it. I'm just saying. So that's so just seeing Andy for one game. Hell, the next game Andy could have went out there and got laid on his ass for six, 7 times, just like Bryce was doing. We don't know. We don't
So
know.
let me answer
Now,
Justin Long real quick.
yeah,
He
yeah,
said that we
I
always
appreciate you.
say it take 3 years for offensive alignment. Be mindful. When I said that, motherfuckers called me crazy. Now I said Derek Brown was a guy that was gonna take 3 years to 4 years for him to come along in the NFL. People told me I was stupid. They told me I was the dumbest cat ever. You don't know what you're talking about. Everybody knows defensive players do not flourish overnight. They have to learn the position. They have to get the NFL body together. They have to get stronger to play the position, and all and come out and be able to understand their gap control.
I raise
Now
you one,
that's what
Q. I raise you one.
what what,
I
what
say on both sides of the ball. Both sides of the ball. Offense and defense on the line. Both of them are developmental positions on the line.
hmm And so the crazy thing is yes, this team was built, and I say this again, with the lineup that we had for last year, with Miles Sanders, you went and got Hayden Hurst, who had 500 yards with Joe Burrow just the year before. Like I said, Miles Sanders was 1,200 yard back with that Philly offensive line. Our offensive line was half of that, but good God, still yet it just didn't equate. Now be mindful, Adam Thielen had 1,000 yards. This team was serviceable. Cats keep saying separation, 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 separation. I watched Andy Dalton throw guys open in Seattle. That's the difference. He was putting the ball in their chest. He was, and people keep saying this right here. He was forcing the ball. No, he was throwing him open. He was putting it in a position only where where the wide receiver could get it. That's little things like throwing with touch that we haven't seen our young quarterback do. And so the expectations just along. No, I'm not saying that Bryce Young should come out here and be a superstar year one. I'm not saying that. What I was saying was we should have seen many signs and flashes where he can do things just of that sort, be able to throw guys open, or here and there have flashes and plays where he come out and he showed command of the offense. Whether it's because from what they hyped him up to be, you kept hearing the hype, the hype, the hype, the hype, but I didn't see it on the field. They kept saying he was smarter than a 2 year starter. 2 year starters, whenever you drop back to make a decision with the football, your eyes need to be down the field already. But it was a lot of dancing in the background. And what I just said, dancing in the NFL will get you out of the NFL quick. You can't dance around in the backfield. Because I'm telling you, that gap closed quick. You better move. I know people don't think what my opinion is a popular opinion when it comes to the quarterback. So be it. It's my opinion. Nobody's gonna change my opinion. It is what it is.
And Rock and Blue, hey, that's a good question there, buddy. To me, and I'll let the rest of these boys answer your question as well. To me, I think it is wide receiver because wide receiver, you can take a young to me now. This is to me. You can take a young player that's been in college and got it, outstanding wide receiver. If he fast, he can go out there and take the top off of. Because you got a lot of people in the NFL. That's all they do. catch 50-50 balls, take the top off of whatever, stretch the field. So you could do that and be dynamic. You seen Josh Downs do it. You seen people like DK Metcalf do it in the first year. I mean, the list goes on and on. Justin Jefferson, he's special. Jamar Chase special. So that's a needle moving position to me. If that guy, but look at where those guys were picked at, top 10, top 10. Now I'm not talking about going in the draft at 101 and getting a guy and he gonna do that. Top 10 guys do that. That's why they pay guaranteed money and stuff like that. Top 10. If y'all want to answer the question, y'all can answer it as well. QMDJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think even more over time. I think normally defensive players get better over time, probably, and last longer than the offensive guys.
Yeah, it's a developmental position.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it is. But that we could take at 33. At 33, I think what'll be there the best value probably be wide receiver or edge rusher. Most of the time in the first round, man, the good corners get snatched up. You know what I'm saying? The good corners get snatched up. The good quarterbacks get snatched up. So I would say
Mm-hmm.
either linebacker, edge rusher, or probably wide receiver that'll be there at 33. Center is good too. If a center slide there, yeah, because he's gonna grow with your quarterback, and you might not have to worry about that position. But yeah, I would say those positions there. You got it, Q.
No, I agree 100%. It's just one of those ones where, like you just said, you take a guy in the top 10, the expectations are you're getting a ready now starter. That's the
Exactly.
expectations for top 10. I don't know what everybody's expectations are anymore. Maybe they moved the expectations, but from where I understand, if you in the first round and you asking and be mindful, I remember our quarterback sat there and held out for his guaranteed money. That means
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to be the guy. You're supposed to be him. You're supposed to be the
Ready.
guy that make plays and extend plays and figure out stuff. And like I said, you're supposed to be smarter than a 2-year starter. So when we supposed to see that, you get what I'm saying on the field? It's supposed to show in at least out of 17 games, you're supposed to have at least 2 or 3 games where we just say, damn, Bryce was fucking phenomenal. And I didn't see that. I, I I didn't see that. Even in the 300-yard game, it was a basic game at best. You get what I'm saying? And I don't want to downplay his 300 yards. I want to make sure I uplift our quarterback because once again, he is our quarterback of the team. I'm trying to give him a chance, and I don't want to sound negative. I'm just being realistic on what I saw. If anybody out here saw where he was dynamic, put it in the chat, and I will sit here and I will ask you to just timestamp a video, send it to Black Cat Panther Podcast, timestamp it, and I will take a look at it. I mean,
Man,
I'm just being real.
I'm gonna be real too, man. Y'all, sometimes when I be up here, I feel like fucking Bryce Young, public defender. I think the motherfucker just as guilty as y'all do. But damn, I keep defending. It's like I feel exactly what you're saying, Q. He should be able to show you some kind of flash. But I'm gonna ask you this question:
Yes,
What
sir.
what what position on this team at any point showed you any flashes this season? Because there's no position on this team that I felt like, other than Derek Brown, I felt like really showed me a damn thing. Linebackers ain't showed me shit. The corners ain't showed me shit. Safety, offensive lineman,
Well,
nobody showed me shit.
I
The
beg to
team was
I
shit.
beg to differ. I beg to differ. Even though the team was shit, you had guys like Troy Hill who took the
Yeah.
challenge, accepted the
Yeah.
challenge, came
Yeah.
out here and
Yeah.
balled from week to week.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
saw
Yeah.
a young guy who was a journeyman came out here and laid it on the line week by week. And you guys can say what you want, but in the absence of D Jack, in the absence of those guys last year, he stood up. You see guys like him. Even Xavier Woods didn't have a terrible
Yeah.
year last year.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
came out, he made plays. You saw Sam Franklin made plays here and there. He had an interception. Like I said, you saw flashes of what some of these guys could be. And I'm being real with you. Every now and then, when you think about what you saw on that defensive line, it was Derek Brown or bust. It was really Derek Brown or bust. You saw flashes of YGM, you saw flashes of Burris here and there, but you could tell after we dropped those first 6 games and we went 0-6, nobody gave a damn at that point on the season.
Mhm.
Nobody did.
That's what
And
I was just getting
therefore,
ready to say. When you on a 2-15 team, it's
yeah,
hard to get it up, y'all. I know y'all trying to say, "Oh, they professionals. They supposed to come out there and play," but really, y'all, really, really.
go. What was we talking about earlier when they told Hayden Hurst he could come back? It was we were 2-13,
Oh
and the
yeah, yeah,
report
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
came
yeah.
out.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that.
Yes, sir. The report came out, and this is breaking news today. Hayden Hurst wanted to come back. The team held him out and said, "Hey, we 2-13. There's no need for you to come out on this field and play. We're going to keep you in concussion protocol." And he said, "Bro, I was cleared. I went and he even went down and had another doctor clear him because he's one of those guys. He wanted to play. He wanted to come back and contribute. The consensus was that he had a season-ending injury, a potential career-ending injury, and he was like,
Mhm.
"Nah, bro, I'm good." The
I
Panthers
bring,
made it look like he was terrible. You know
I
what I'm
bring it
saying?
up. Hayden Hurst went down to Jacksonville to the Mayo Clinic, got his CAT scans and got all his stuff and got all his did all his tests and everything, and they said because he did have some of the symptoms of the concussion was him a little memory loss and things like that, which happens. You know what I'm saying? Which because you get the swelling on the brain when it goes out, everything subsided, and they gave him a clean bill of health. He said he wanted to come back, but at that time the Panthers told him, "Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? We out of it. It's a wash. You know, it's no need. Not well. Come be on the sideline, coach up some of the young guys like your Tommy Tremble that everybody's now looking to say Tommy gonna be the guy or whatever. Uh, teach Giovanni Ricci or whoever some of your secrets, how you get off and how you do this and do that." No, they just said stay home. So then you're going to now that's your employer, that's the organization. But then what MDJ said, you're expecting the players to get it up and play. I know you said they professional, but if the organization had done watched it, that was the temperature around the stadium, around the office, around the water cooler. Hey, it's a wash. It's over.
And,
Y'all
and,
understand?
and number one, and the number one thing, shout out to who's this? True Lifetimes. Yes, you're right. I'm gonna call it uh, a leopard. If a leopard got spots, I'm gonna say, hey, yeah, it got spots. We had some good spots on this team, and despite what MDJ was saying just now, I think there was some guys that shine, even though we were 2-15 this year. And like I said, to me, Troy Hill, when he started the season, I said he wasn't shit. And I took that back after watching him come out week after week and being on an island at times where he was the only man on that side. He stood tall. There wasn't that many guys that scored on Troy Hill. And to be a journeyman coming from over. So I applaud that young brother for accepting the challenge and coming out here and balling out. People was telling me CJ Henderson was going to be that guy. I'm still waiting to see him. I had people telling me that CJ Henderson was going to be that special guy. No, I didn't see that. Once again, even on a bad team, you got guys that showcase you and show you that there is talent there. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Despite what people think, uh, I, I can't put it no better way than I'm proud of some of these guys, man. Even though we 2-15, dog, I'm still proud of some of them dudes. Like I said, the Sam Franklins of the world. I talked shit about Sam Franklin at the beginning of the year. Did I not go?
Yes,
Q,
sir. All
Q.
day.
What's up?
See,
What's up?
Hey, look, man. You say we're gonna keep it real, right?
Yes,
Are
sir.
you overpraising these guys and overly critical on Bryce though? Are you over? I mean, Troy Hill, right? Troy Hill. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, he made some plays. You just thought he literally won't shit, and he just did a little bit, and now you saying he was good, man. He was on the island. Come on, man.
But he didn't
Come
do
on
just a
now.
little bit. This
Sam
guy,
Franklin
go
won't
look
even
at go look at
they
go look
just
at his
signed that
numbers.
motherfucker, man.
They look. He came on a 1 year deal, and I say he earned every penny of the 2 year deal that he got. That's Hill. He
But
earned
it's
every
because
penny of that.
but it's only because you didn't expect anything from him. So he gave you a little bit and you were happy and satisfied. But with Bryce, you
He
expected
didn't
so
give me,
much,
bro. He
and
was a
you
starting caliber corner all year long. He was starting caliber. I
so
mean,
you
what more
cool
can
with
you
putting
ask from him?
you cool with putting Troy Hill on CD Lamb. You cool
Come
with that.
on, bro. Stop that,
Okay,
dog.
okay. You cool with putting him
Stop that.
on Chris Godwin, not Mike Evans. You cool with putting him on Chris Godwin? Like you
At the end of the
overly
day,
praising this dude,
that's the
man. You
best that we
overly doing
got.
it.
I'm
My
not
point is
overly doing it.
you overly
I'm
critical
just saying the
on
man earned his contract. How is that me overly praising him? So what you want me to say? The man wasn't shit. He shouldn't have got the contract that he got. He deserved it.
he was average like he was supposed to be. He was just average.
Oh
He was
my
average like
god.
he was supposed to be, man. Come on.
Oh my god. So
Come on,
is
man.
it me or now be mindful? Everybody called me the negative one. Now be mindful. The time I give a guy praise, you telling me he shouldn't have got it.
But
He
you
just was
overdoing it.
average.
But why are you so critical on one guy, but you'll lift this dude up like he did something
Because
spectacular, and he
let me
didn't. He
ask you a
didn't do nothing
question. Let me
spectacular. Absolutely
okay,
nothing.
okay, okay. Let me ask you a question. Is the quarterback position the number one most dependent, the single most important, position to play in football? Is that not the single most important?
Yeah, it is.
Is
But
this?
that's
Oh
what
no
we
no
were
no no
saying.
no 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 no!
Oh,
Stop right
and he
there!
gonna
Man,
give you
Stop
hey,
right
one
I'm
all in
there!
a,
game. You
Stop
you
right
I'm a,
you
there!
I'm a,
great,
I'm
and
a,
Stop
the
right
I'm a
there!
one
You
up,
stop right there!
and he
You
I'm
get
a,
all
ran
that,
me.
and
I'm
we
a one
still
You
up
got
you
that
stop
one
right
again.
loss.
there!
But
I'm a
Stop
one up
right
you
there!
again. They
Hold on,
said,
go. Hold on. I'm in the middle of something. Hold on. Hold
well,
on.
go ahead,
Is this not a passing league now, MDJ? Is this not a passing league?
for sure.
Okay, did they not
For
change the
sure.
rules to suit the quarterback now?
Yeah, they changed the rules to benefit the offensive players 100%. They still do it.
Okay,
man.
so
Yeah.
what the fuck are we talking
Hold
about?
up,
Troy
what?
Hill don't have as much as pull in the game or impact in the game as Bryce Young do, not do he?
But you missing my point, bro.
I'm
You
not
missing my
missing your
point.
point. I see your point,
You
but
know,
what I'm trying to tell you
you
is the guy did what he was supposed to do. His role is minor at best. He's a minor player. He comes in here to
so
be a
so
starter. He
This,
so
elevated
so
himself.
so you will
and
accept
this is
mediocrity from him though. But you'll accept
hold
mediocrity
up,
from
hold
him.
up.
I
But
mean,
if
hell,
Bryce
your
give you
quarterback
mediocrity, you
mediocre.
supposed to show me flashes.
But hold up, MDJ.
So
This is
was
the thing.
Troy Hill taking number one overall? Was Troy Hill taking number one overall?
But see,
Hold
that's
up,
my
hey,
point, man. You can't say the
See,
boy
you
ain't shit, but
bullshit.
think he was gonna do good.
You
If you thought he was
bullshitting.
gonna do
Quit.
good, then the boy gotta be something. If you felt like he was gonna do something,
Did we take
you just
Troy
say he's
Hill
not.
number
Just say he
one
ain't shit.
overall
this
as a
is it.
selection?
This is the thing.
Maybe I missed that.
MDJ, hold on, MDJ, Q. This is the thing. It's football. Football is well, they say soccer or whatever, but in America right here, football trump basketball in the early '90s, late '90s, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Football is the most watched sport right now. They The quarterback position is the single most important position in professional sports. That's what it said. This is not my opinion. That's what somebody got some background noise. Somebody got some Mike, I believe it's you, Mike.
Yeah, that's Mike.
Mike, you gotta fix that.
Mighty go out, come in.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring him back in. But the quarterback position is the single most recognized, most important position in professional sports today. That's like Q was saying. I'm gonna back that up. What he was saying. They were just a few minutes ago, a few days ago, last week, down in Florida, rewriting the rules about tackling, about how you do this and how you do that. Because Mike, still go all the way out, Mike, and come back. About tackling, about going, about tackling, about how you play these offensive players because they want to see more scoring in the league. Then they want to do, they're kicking around the idea about moving the ball back when it goes outside, when it goes in the end zone. If I'm not mistaken on that, I don't know if y'all heard about that. Like instead of bringing it to the 35, bringing it to the 30 or something like that, 5 yards, because they
Now I
want
know what you're saying.
to,
Yeah,
yeah,
they
they want to
instead of
advance the
kicking,
ball more.
they kicking from the to 30 instead of the 20 or something of that nature. Or they move something. I
Exactly.
don't know exactly the rule, but I know where you're going. Yeah, I know where you're going.
All these rule changes, MDJ, is to promote more scoring in a game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, shout out to Fade for that super chat. He said, "Can he come in? Not right now. This is for members only. If you're a member, you'll be able to come in. But yeah, back to the regular schedule program. Go. If
Appreciate
they
it, though,
change the
Fade.
rules
Appreciate
for
that
the
breakdown,
quarterback,
Fade.
if they change the rules for the quarterback, they make this a quarterback driven league. They put the quarterback on a pedestal. You're upset at a cornerback, and like I said, a cornerback whose role is to defend the quarterback, to go up
Hmm.
against the quarterback every single play. This guy held his own, and I said that he was just a solid starter, and I applaud him for getting his contract. He was a bright spot on this 2-15 team. Hill was. He was. Troy Hill was solid this year. You can't take that away from him. And all I'm saying is when I get a quarterback number one overall, I expect to be able to say some of the same things that, hey, my guy is solid. There is some games he shows some great flashes, but even though we didn't win many games, I know that undoubtedly we have the guy, and I can stand behind that guy. None of us right now on this show can say we stand behind Bryce Young right now with the play that we saw. And you're gonna say it's because everybody else was shitty. I know that's the only excuse everybody has. What's the truth though?
He just had a bad year. We don't
Oh,
know yet.
That ain't
he had
that. You
17
don't
bad
know.
games.
The truth is they
17
was shitty
games.
though. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
They
but look,
were shitty. You
let me say this
So you
about.
can fuck up 17 games in a row. Is what you telling me?
I mean, Jared Goff did.
What is it with you and Jared Goff? You got so goddamn love affair with Jared Goff. Every
but he
show,
was
No,
Jared
it's
though.
Goff.
But
no,
see,
no,
you know what they
and no,
did? They
it's
brought in
not
another
that.
coach and
It's
he got
not
better.
that. The
Jared
reason why
Goff,
I
I
say
remember,
that,
was competing for championships this year. The same guy you talk about?
yeah, but when he came in, he wasn't. He was fucking horrible for the first three
Why
years.
do
He was
you
fucking
keep
horrible
going back to
He was
these
only
guys'
horrible
first
the first
year?
year. He was only horrible the
because
first year. He was better the
because
second year though. He
be,
looked good the
be,
second year.
Come on,
because
Mike.
no Jared
You
Goff
got to quit
wasn't.
jumping across
No,
these
no, no,
lines,
no, no,
Mike. Stop it.
no. The reason why I compare Jared Goff and Bryce Young, because the thing that they have that's similar is the fact that both teams, Carolina traded up to get Bryce Young at number one, from 9 to 1. Jared Goff traded up. The Rams traded up from 15 to 1 to get Jared Goff, and both of them had the most horrible fucking rookie seasons that anybody ever saw.
And they
The
both
shit
got
was
new
like,
coaches that are offensive minded the second year.
Yeah, motherfucker
Both of
got
them.
and
fired. AKA, motherfucker got fired.
But he got Sean McVay the next year, and it was better.
Yeah, instantly he got better. So a new coach came in, and all of a sudden he's like Space Jam. He had the special juice, and shit just came. His powers came back to him. Come on, Mike, stop that shit.
no, it's
You could
facts.
tell somebody
I
with
mean,
talent and somebody that don't have talent. Stop the Houdini magic tricks,
bro,
Mike.
it's not the Houdini magic tricks. It's I'm saying
Okay.
what I'm saying is facts. If and to be honest, it wasn't even Jared Goff's second year. Jared Goff's second year was still horrible. What ended up happening is he ended up finding a coach that came through and saw what he needed to succeed. He saw that Jared Goff was great in play action. Realized that he needed an excellent running back or running game behind him, and when he did that and they added Cooper Cup, Robert Woods, the man excelled, is all I'm saying. I'm saying that there was a lot of horrible shit that we saw in Bryce Young game. But we did also see, if you pay attention to every game that he played, there were certain things that he did that was very well. Like, for instance, if you stack three wide receivers and one cut across, some reason, the man would have the ball jump out of his hands before any defensive tackle or defensive end got close, and he was solid in a lot of those formations. Even though he was not that good and a lot of fucking outlooks, there was time Bryce Young showed that there was things in certain play types that it just seems like he just had it. And that was it. Even in the Tennessee game, we got our ass handed to us. It was in the Miami game when he was going against Tua. It was in the Green Bay game. It was several games that he showed something. He didn't. He was bad. He was bad. But there was times we could say there's a little something there. And I remember Jared Goff
Okay.
getting benched because he looked so fucking horrible. He
So
was
be
looking
mindful.
disgustingly
He
bad.
damn near threw 5,000 yards, and he had a bunch of 4,000 yard seasons, but he was so horrible. Never threw under 4,000
Okay,
yards in his
okay,
entire career. But
okay,
that's so horrible.
okay.
Now
You
be
do realize
mindful.
the first time.
Hold your ass. You just saw
Hmm
2,700 yards, and you gonna sit here and tell me that's anywhere acceptable about what the fuck we looking at? Come on, Mike. You got to stop the
Jared,
ass kissing over here for
no,
Bryce
no.
Young today.
Okay,
You got to
again, the
stop it.
reason why I say what I say is Jared Goff didn't eclipse 3,000 yards to his third season. His first season, he had 2,246 yards. His second
Okay.
season, he had about
I said
2,800.
after every
It's not
season
like,
he had after that every season he was in the 4,000 yard club every year after that.
okay, so what you're saying is, you're saying the same thing I'm saying. You're saying sometimes it takes fucking time.
No, but I didn't say it take fucking time. I said boom, coach got out the way, boom, bada boom, change happened. He all of a sudden the light click on. Who fresh start?
What just
And
happened
ain't
here?
and ain't no simple mathematics to it, Mike. Everybody can see that shit.
What just happened here? A code switch, right?
Oh, okay, Canales the guy now. So Canales is Sean McVay in your eyes. That's what you try to tell me.
But
It's
see, that's what I
possible
be
that
saying.
Canales
It's
can
like
be
you.
the guy that can
boy, boy,
bring Bryce
boy,
Young
you got to
out.
stop this.
No, I mean, let's be real. Frank Wright, his bright spot in Frank Wright's career, he had Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck. It's very hard to fuck up
He's
when you
going
have those two quarterbacks.
Can we have a quarterback argument when we talking about young quarterbacks who hasn't done a damn thing their first year without mentioning Peyton Manning? Because once again, you call the sheriff name every chance you get to defend
No, no, no.
Bryce.
I said that Frank Wright had Andrew Luck and Peyton Manning,
Okay,
so it's hard for
okay.
Frank Wright not. But when I say Jared Goff, when I say Josh Allen, when I say Matthew Stafford, when I say Alex Smith, when I say Terry Bradshaw, John Elway, when I say all these names, people say, "Well, it's a different time now," and I was like, "It's a different time than when Matthew Stafford played," because I'm pretty sure Matthew Stafford stunk up the joint too. It's a lot of first picks of the draft that stunk up the joint. It's not like
But
we
what
had.
I'm saying, yeah, there is guys that stuck up the joint, but you going back 25 years to an entirely different game is not going to help put in a forecast of what you're trying to say. What I'm saying is yeah, you can go back 25 years to Peyton Manning rookie year, but the game has evolved and changed so very damn much. You
Yeah,
can't use those
yeah,
same
change.
metrics, bro.
I
Yeah.
just
Come
said
on.
Matthew Stafford. That's not going back 25 years. I said Josh Allen. That's not going back 25 years. I said Jared Goff. That's not going back 25 years. I mentioned quarterbacks that are like Matthew Stafford is a beast now. Jared Goff is a beast now. Josh Allen is a beast now. And none of these quarterbacks was successful when they was first drafted. There's sometimes a learning curve when if CJ Stroud was not drafted last year, we would not be so harsh because the real reason why Panther fans are so irritable about this shit is the fact that we missed out on CJ Stroud.
No,
That's the
no,
Come
no,
on,
no.
bro.
I'm
comparison.
not. No,
Stop
no, no,
that,
no,
bro.
no. I'm gonna
Because
let
we
you
it's
know,
not
Mike.
let's not pretend
No,
like we
no,
didn't sit here and
no,
have Cam
no,
Newton come out and throw for 4,000 yards his rookie
no,
season here
no,
in
no,
Carolina. So come
no.
on, bro. It has nothing to do with
My,
CJ Stroud over there going off for 4,000. It's how bad we saw from what we had from Bryce Young and this offensive line that everybody want to blame everything on. Okay, we had injuries amongst the offensive line. Okay, 60 sacks. 60 sacks. The most high. Now let me ask you a question, Mike. Is you gonna be real with yourself today? Out of those 60 sacks, how many do you put on Bryce?
At least 20.
So you're trying to tell
mm,
me from 60 sacks to 40 sacks is really what the offensive line went to. 40 sacks will put us probably around a decent line. So you telling
Yeah.
me a guy that put about 20 sacks on his own offensive line is a guy you gonna sit out here and cheerlead for today? That's what you gonna do?
It's the fact of the matter that I say what I say and I'm gonna stand on it. I'm gonna say that
Okay.
I've never, if you ever notice, I've never said that it's the offensive line's help. I've never said that. I've never said he didn't have
Thank you, Red
weapons.
Swim.
I've never said that. I never said he didn't have a running game. I've never said those things. What I said was there's a lot of quarterbacks that struggled when they first fucking started. And sometimes it takes more than one fucking year for a quarterback to get his ass where he needs to be.
I hear
And
you,
that's
Mike.
just
Well,
it.
shout out to Justin Long for that super chat. Shador 2025. I will run with this narrative because we get absolutely nowhere with Bryce Young. So on to the next. I ain't gonna sit here and waste all night on this shit. This nigga is ready to
Hell
die
yeah.
on that Bryce Young cross, so he can have it.
I fuck with Shador.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, since you came in a little later, Mike, you got 33, you got 35, and you got 65. What are you doing?
Whoo,
Your
whoo,
team,
whoo.
what are you doing?
First of all, I'm probably throwing a fucking parade because that means I can fucking get this fucking defense where the fucking needs to be.
Okay,
Um,
what are you doing?
because I really feel like there's more holes on the defense than there is on the offense. I mean, you might push on that, but I'll be lucky because that means I can get a defensive end. That means I can get a defensive back, and everybody's screaming for uh for a receiver.
Hmm.
Have y'all mentioned the T Higgins?
Yes, sir.
Oh
All
my
right,
And
god.
let's go to it. Let's go to it now. I want Mike. Tell
Well,
me who
well,
you gonna get
well,
into the
well,
other
well.
two, and then I want to go
Yeah,
to
yeah,
that.
yeah.
We
Go,
got to
go,
go
go.
to that.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
Y'all
ahead.
can
Go,
have,
go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah,
Go
go ahead,
ahead.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, let me finish. My bad. My bad, Mike. My bad, Mike.
all
Go.
right. There was some stuff on the trading thing. Somebody said something about John from Houston. Reports having should they trade for him, and then of course there's a lot of reports saying that should we trade for T Higgins. I wouldn't trade for T Higgins. The reason why I wouldn't trade for T Higgins is because one, he's too injury prone. Two, I have to pay the nigga now, and I think that would be a setback. When it comes to John from Texans, I feel like I probably can get the man for a fourth or fifth round pick. So that'll be somebody I would target if I have to do a debate between them, either one. And to me, it's very big for a receiver to have chemistry with their quarterback. So if that was on the table and I can get John from Texas for a fifth round pick, then I wouldn't even draft a receiver in the second round. I'll end up doubling, I'll be tripling on what's needed at on defense, another linebacker, another defensive end, another defensive back, and then in the third round, I'm probably trying to get DeAndre Sweat also, and I'm hitting four different spots on his defense because of if y'all guys look back at Black Cat and y'all saw the day that Q put up the scheme for the 3-4. I know a lot of people want to talk about how last year we had a good defense. We really didn't. We really didn't. We had a lot of good things that happened. Troy Hill showed that he can be a beast in the slot. Jace Horn again showed us that he can go down on injury. Um, we don't have the linebacker squad that we need to fit for cerebral 3-4. We don't have somebody else on the opposite end of Derek Brown that made the defensive tackles a stellar position. And even if Jace Horn was to be healthy, Deontay Jackson is gone. So there's nobody on the opposite side of him that we can count on to really lock anybody down. So with that being said, if I can get Michi from Texas for a later pick, fourth or fifth round pick. I'm using all three picks to sort this. Matter of fact, I'm using all three picks in the second round and the first pick of the third round to sort this defense to really get it where it needs to be.
Okay. Now
All right.
I'm gonna throw it at y'all boys. I'm getting ready to throw a curveball question at y'all. Okay. I'm Dan Morgan. David Tapper, my boss, raising hell and tell me to get him in the first round no matter what. Dan Morgan takes and packages the 33 and the 39 and trades with the Vikings for the 23. It's a 3-point question. Now, as a fan, are you mad with him? What do you who do you get at 23 and why?
Hell yes, I'm mad. But go ahead, fellas. I'll let y'all talk first.
Okay, start. Go ahead, MDJ. How you feeling?
Yeah. If Dan Morgan takes some draft capital and get in that
He gonna
first
take.
round,
He
I'm
gonna
done with
take.
his ass.
He gonna take the
Cause
33 and the 39, and then you left with the 20. You got the 23
no,
in the first round, and then the 65 coming into the third.
your
So you mad
your
with him?
team already
What?
stinks on so many fucking levels. No, I don't want to get in the first round. I'm not giving up nothing to get in the first round out of this draft or no play. I'm not moving up because you need too much, and those picks are so close. It's only 10 picks down. I mean, for the positions we need, we can sit at 33 and 39 and get exactly what the fuck we need. We do not need to
But
move
look what.
up.
Hey,
We don't
hey,
need to
hey!
give
You said
anything
that.
up to
Look
move up.
what you look what you gave up last year for moving up 10 spots. Look what you gave up last year for moving up 10 spots. Now you giving up 2 second rounders this year. If you did that,
No, I'm mad as a motherfucker if he do that because we need to. I would rather get two players at 33 and 39. You're gonna get more value at 33 and 39 than you will from 23 to what 65. So you gonna wait a whole what 32 picks to pick again? No, a matter of fact 42. No. I wouldn't do it. No, I would sit my ass still. No, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't give up a player. I wouldn't give up no picks to move up. I would sit still, bro.
right? So you would be mad at him, and you ain't trying to pick, or you ain't trying to do nothing. You mad at the move. What Q? Did you hear the question, Q? Did you hear the curveball question?
Nah, I came back in. What was the question?
Okay, curveball question. David Tepper tells Dan Morgan, "I don't give a damn what you do. Get me in the first round." Dan Morgan goes to the Vikings and trades 33 and 39 for 23 in the first round. Are you mad at him? Who are you picking? And damn, I forgot the last. And why?
I mean, when you look at the area position, we're sitting at 22. That's not going to be sitting already right there at 33. I mean, think about it. If you're moving up, the only difference in the that's what's going to be sitting is offensive line talent. Think about it. And at 22, you're going to have the same level of receivers there. You're going to have the same level of edge rushers there, unless you're trying to get a Jared Verse or a Chop Robinson or something like that. That's the only way you make a move where you go up like that, because you can still get the same thing that you got right now and not have to give up two picks for one. To me, it wouldn't make sense. Now you get up in the first round, but what are you truly trying to get? Are you trying to get a quality offensive lineman, offensive guard of the future? Then yes, you'd make that move. But if you're just going up to get a receiver, you could stay your ass at 33 and get Xavier Worthy or Troy Franklin or Xavier Leggett. If you want a receiver that bad, you can still get a bona fide number one right there. If you want an edge rusher, you got Darius Robinson. You got all them guys that will be sitting right there at 33. You get
And
what I'm
see,
saying?
Rock and Blue makes a good point. Say a Jackson Powers. You see what I'm saying? It's sitting right there. Do I
Okay.
mean And like I say, Chop Robinson, or Donnie Mitchell, or you know what I'm saying. The talent is a little bit better right there, Q, than at 33. It just depends, like you said, if you're gunning for one of those guys. If you
But
got to
think
have one
about
of
it, Go. Think about it. At 33 and 39, you can go get a quality edge rusher. Like I said, you can have almost a chop fall to you at 33, and you can still go get a quality guy at 39 if you want like a receiver or something like that. You can still get a bona fide number one guy there. So if you're going to trade up, make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it be a very good deal that you couldn't pass up for a player that you feel like is a generational type of player to go up in the first round for. That's all I'm saying.
them.
Facts,
You
because
just said earlier in this podcast they do stuff that don't make sense now. You just said that earlier.
Yeah, yeah. But going
but
up to
sooner or later,
23 and giving up two picks for one don't make sense
It's
when you
asinine.
got to build
like,
a team all the way around, dog.
Shit,
like,
look at what we did last
like,
year. Look at
okay,
what we
all
did
right,
last year. Go ahead, Mike.
okay.
Go ahead, Mike.
So
Answer the question, Mike.
one thing that has to be done is we got to stop making the same dumbass mistakes. If I'm Dan Morgan and Dave Tepper calls and says, "Get me in the first round," I'm hanging the fuck up a phone on them.
No, you
Click.
ain't. No, the fuck
Yes,
you
I
ain't.
am. Let me tell
Turn
you
on
why.
your
Let me
phone.
tell you why.
No,
Let me tell
you
you why.
ain't.
You'll be a
Because
fired nigga.
I guess I'll be a fired nigga because let me be real with you. When my contract is already motherfucking been signed, if the nigga fired me, he still gotta fucking pay me. Click, talk to somebody else, dog. Because if any kind of trade happens when it comes to the Carolina Panthers, they should be trading back, not trading up. We got way too many holes to fill to sacrifice two solid picks for one possibly upgrade pick and draft in one player when people saying Powers from Oregon. Okay, the center from West Virginia is probably being right there. If you that stuck on getting a center for in the draft that early, the second best center in the whole draft for West Virginia is sitting there at 33. You can get him instead. If if you're trying to get a edge rusher, like Q said, Chop Robinson may fall there. If he don't fall off, Darius Robinson's right there. If you got to get a receiver, there's Xavier Worthy, there's Troy Franklin, maybe Ladd, there's a Xavier Leggett, there's Keenan Coleman possibly. There's a lot of fucking options for every position. Everybody's screaming that we must have. So if you go on with what people are saying that we must have, you can still get to positions of need right the fuck there. So and the thing is I still feel very solid that at 33, if one of these quarterbacks fall, which most likely is going to happen, the phone's going to ring from Las Vegas 9 times out of 10. And I don't know if it's JJ that falls, Michael that falls, Bo Nix that falls. If either one of these quarterbacks fall, a team like Las Vegas is calling. So you take a chance and you trade back and you get the 44 and you get the 77 and you add more picks instead of even considering sacrificing two picks for one. It'll make absolutely no sense as fucking all.
All right. That's the curveball question for the day, fella. And I believe all y'all said that y'all wouldn't do it. If I got the consensus right, that it ain't worth it. But
What about you? What
the,
about you, Go? What's your move?
me, um, shit. I guess I'm looking at maybe Chop Robinson at that as the player that I would go up there and get. Don't put it off the table, cause last year we moved up them 9 spots. Where your owner and I'm just 100 something. Just a thing about me saying your owner, your owner, your owner, your owner. It's gonna be sitting there. Y'all know him. Y'all know him just as well as I know him. He gonna be sitting there Thursday night, and he gonna let 32 teams. Well, a couple teams pick multiple times in this draft right here, but he gonna let the whole league shine Thursday night, and he ain't gonna do nothing till Friday. I won't be surprised. I put it like that. I won't be surprised, fellas. I won't be surprised if
This
some
is a
kind
Yeah,
of double
public
thing.
this is a public service announcement. If anybody can share this to Dan Morgan, listen, Black Cat Podcast, we're telling you, hang the fucking phone up. Hang it up. That nigga called and say get him in the first. Hang the fucking phone up. You ain't
Yes, sir.
hang up. Don't answer that shit. The moment he says, "Can you get us in the first?" No, sir, I can't. Click. Let it go. Don't fucking entertain the shit, Dan Morgan. Cause what we call it in the streets, we call that hustling fucking backwards. How
Yes,
the
sir.
fuck you come for the re-up and you got half the money that I gave you when I fronted you to fucking work? Nigga, you're hustling backwards.
Look, Mike, you got a hell of a point. Shout out to everybody. We got 23 likes on this video. We need close to anyways. It's 70 people in here. 70 likes at least on this video. Do us that favor. Like the video. Subscribe while you on in here. And do us this favor. Shout out to the newest mods, Playing for Jesus and God daggone Rock and Blue. We got some new mods in the building, man. Congratulations,
oh
fellas.
yeah.
Facts. Let's get an injury prone center next. We're playing for Jesus. If if you paid attention, if you've been here for the mock draft we've had, or if you've been here for the conversations when I've been in here, I've mentioned the Georgia center several times. And honestly,
Van
I'm hoping
Fran.
the ops don't hear about him because the man allowed one sack and one quarterback hit in over 3 years. He had this first year he had one sack. His second year he had one hit. The next year he had zero hits, zero sacks. To me, that's a potential diamond in the rough that you can put on the offensive line. It takes a lot for his player not to have no sacks at all, no quarterback hits, and damn near 2 whole fucking years of starting. That's a lot of starts. That's a lot of potential at a fucking position.
Yeah, he'll probably get drafted higher than people think he will.
I, if,
Well, yeah, they gonna be some surprises in that first round, and it's like it's gonna be like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like some players might get moved, you know what I'm saying? That night, it's gonna be some moving, shaking, man, going on Thursday night. It's gonna be some
which is
moving, shaking going on Thursday night.
which is facts, but when I looked at the top 100 in the NFL draft, they disrespected the shit out of him. Hey, motherfucker, they got him ranked number 88 in the top 100. And I'm like, please let that be the stipulation niggas actually feel. Please let GMs feel that this nigga is only like in the number 88 and 89, allowing that little sacks. There's a whole lot of receivers, and people don't know they did that whole mock draft situation with 9 receivers coming off the board. So I'm gonna ask the panel, what would we do if the 9 top receivers was to ask? To me, it was far fetched. But what would y'all do if 9 receivers went off the board in the first round? What are you doing?
I'm gonna be
Nah,
real with you, Mike. I agree with that shit though. I think a lot of them receivers gonna get taken, bro. I really
Which
do.
is
It's a good
well,
wide receiver draft.
yeah, because Buffalo just traded Stephon Diggs, so we know they gonna look for one.
This is an offensive lineman draft, Mike. I think everybody noticed. You're gonna see about 10 offensive linemen going this first round, and then from there, you're gonna see about maybe 5 receivers in the first round. But I don't see it's take a look at all the mocks that's out. Take a look at what's going on in the NFL, the positions of need around here. Quarterback is gonna also push a bunch of guys down too. So for the
yes,
first
sir.
time in a while, you're gonna have about 5 quarterbacks going the first round, dog. Straight up.
I think it's gonna be receiver, man. A lot of these wide receivers getting traded because of that. They know a lot of these teams gonna go ahead and get a receiver.
Yeah,
They can
yeah.
get off these old guys and go get them a
I,
young guy.
Go
MDJ,
get him a
I
young guy.
wouldn't be surprised at the top of the second round if you don't have about five number one guys that we were sitting back saying, "Oh shoot, they shouldn't be there." Like a Xavier Leggett, you're gonna probably have a Troy Franklin sitting there, probably a Donai Mitchell. You're gonna have probably I don't see Xavier Worthy falling past Kansas City because they're gonna try to put Tyreek Jr. back in there. They're gonna
Uh
probably
huh.
try to
Uh huh.
replace Tyreek Hill and put him in there. They already done got a receiver, and they're gonna load up for Patrick Mahomes again, the smart way. So you got to look at how the board is gonna come down. These receivers are gonna be sitting at the top of the second round, and you ain't got to reach for none of them, bro.
Hmm. And then you got all these. Y'all got to think now. Think like a franchise GM with some sense. You got most of these guys right here. Everybody just re-up quarterbacks and paid guys up with a 200 and some odd $1 million. You better get some fucking protection. You better get some protection. And this is a big man draft. So just like Q said, you're gonna be like, well, dang, I thought they were gonna pick a receiver, and they end up picking a lineman. And then they say, well, I can go get a receiver in that second round. Then
And
you got to look at it again, and you got to say the money thing, because some of these guys gonna play around, and then they're gonna trade back up because they want to get their guy outside of the top 10. So you got to look at that as
the,
well.
the reason why I said that because the stipulation that they had on the mock little draft that they had online and stuff was there were so many teams that either didn't sign their receiver or they traded their receiver or like for instance the whole when Stephon Diggs moved from Buffalo to Houston. So now we know that 9 times out of 10 Buffalo's going to snatch the receiver.
One
Um,
hundred percent. They ain't even re-signed Gabe Davis.
You know what I mean? They're talking about T. Higgins demanding a trade, and if T. Higgins leaves Cincinnati, they're not going to leave Joe Burrow with just Jamar Chase because Tyler Boyd was a free agent, and they can't just have Joe Burrow come back in the door with just Jamar Chase in the backfield. So they're going to
But
snatch a receiver.
but Mike, they
That's
more
so.
pressing need is offensive lineman first. Then they can go get a second round receiver. Because if I just tell you the talent gonna drop in the second round, you believe they're gonna reach on guys when they don't have to? I get it. That's a priority. But Joe Burrow is the type of quarterback he can throw to any fucking body because he's a bad man. So they ain't gonna reach. They're gonna get that man O line protection first.
I bet money they take a tight end. If Bauer's there, they're gonna take him. But if not, they're gonna take a receiver. Cause they not gonna
Shit,
pay
Well,
T.
Jatavion
They
it's
saying
Sanders
that.
funny.
sitting right there
It's,
too. They might take him.
it's, it's
Yeah, yeah,
funny you
you right.
say
You
that
right.
because
You right.
Joe
That's a
Burrow came out
perfect
and
pick
said
right there.
facts it
That's
is,
the
but it's funny he mentioned Brock Bowers because Joe Burrow came out and said that he wanted Brock Bowers, and we all
let me
know
tell
what
you something.
happened when he said he wanted Jamar Chase. They went and got Jamar Chase.
I understand that,
That's a
Mike, but
fact
Brock
too.
Bowers is gonna be gone. They're not gonna trade up to go get that guy. But Jatavion Sanders is the next best tight end. He had over 700 yards in Texas, 7 touchdowns. The cat is a monster. 17 yards a catch. He can get the job
And,
done. He is a
and
beast.
zero and
But
zero drops. He's absolutely a monster. That's
Yeah,
that's
he's a
that was
monster.
that was the stat
and,
that jumped out to me. It was the other stats was great and was really good, but when I saw zero drops, I almost said, "Fuck a receiver, can we get this nigga?" But that's another conversation for another
But hell,
fucking
and
we
day.
need it. We need a
listen,
tight end.
this is per the NFL. The NFL came out and they graded all 32 teams. Well, they observed all 32 teams today, and they said the biggest needs for the Carolina Panthers wide receiver, tight end, cornerback, edge, defensive tackle. Traded first round pick to the Bears. Then
I
they
don't,
come back and said
I
Derrick
don't,
Brown and Shaq Thompson are set to be free agents in 2025. So defensive tackle, linebacker, join cornerback are areas of need on the
Maybe people are bigger on the signing that we got from Buffalo, and even if he is good, I don't see. All right, let me put this out an example. Remember, I said something about hustling earlier. If you got a motherfucker that you fronted some work and he come back and he ain't got the money for it, but you front him some more, and he fucks up the second time, and he keeps fucking up. Ain't you gonna stop depending on this nigga to bring you your money back? It's like we got Jace Horn, and I know people say it's freakish injuries or whatever the fuck it is, but the point is the nigga's been on the field and he has played 27% of the snaps since he's been drafted. Barely a fourth of the snaps since he's been drafted.
Okay, but we knew
I
that. We
can't
knew that. We knew
depend.
that. We knew that 3 years in. You know what I'm saying? We're going 4 years. We're going on the fifth year right now. You
So
know
I'm
what I'm
trying
saying?
to figure out
Some should have
how
been done
defense.
last year.
So I don't see how a defensive back is not the number one position of need on this team. You've got what I call position fillers. We don't have Brian Burns. They got Jadeveon Clowney. That's a position filler. We don't
Stop.
have Frankie
Mike,
Louvu.
you
We
trying
got
to help your
DJ.
quarterback. That's why.
So you know what? That trade when they said John Michie from Texas, if you could get him in the fourth or fifth round, if you could trade him for a fourth or fifth round pick, that's a fuck enough. That's a fuck enough because you got all these players that can stop the run. The thing is, if you don't get a defensive back, you're going to trade the weakness for our defense. It went from our weakness being the run to our weakness being the pass. Well, that's the last thing you want in a pass first fucking league. Is the weakness being against the pass. Because you're gonna get lit the fuck up if we don't get some help back there. If Jace Horn is to go down like he normally does, right now the only thing you got is Troy Hill that you know for sure that can perform. And he's only really good in slot. That's his position. He's a very good slot defensive back. So you got two weaknesses and CB1 and CB2, and you're gonna say we're gonna run the defense against a pass first NFL league with no solid shutdown corners. Yeah, I think that's the closest thing to suicide that you can do in the NFL.
But the shutdown, most of the time, the shutdown corners go in the first round. They don't. They don't just be there in the second round like that, bro. Like I don't. I
If
don't
we
Yeah,
think.
have a
I don't
if
think
we
but
people
y'all told
be
having
me
on that
y'all
level
now,
to
now,
believe
now
that.
y'all told me last week with Evero's scheme he don't use shutdown corner. He don't play. He plays a
he
zone.
don't
That's what
he
y'all
used
told me
those.
now.
He
He
told
I
you that.
did.
So
That's
I
what
I
Mike.
said that and
Mike
I
told
stand
you
on
that.
that.
Mike told you that.
I stand on that.
Mike
I
told me
stand
that.
on
Now
the
Mike,
fact
you
that
just told
most of
me
the
that
time
last Thursday now.
we ran
And
the third
now
most
you just said what
zone.
you said.
Yeah, we were in the third last year. We ran the third most zone defense in the NFL, and then when he had one of his best years in the NFL in Denver Broncos, he ran the fifth most zone coverage.
Okay,
So the thing
why you crying or why you going on and on when they said the first two positions that need is wide receiver and tight end? When you just said we can use some zone cover cornerback instead of some press man
that
or
doesn't
ever
mean that you can just go with bums back there. You still got to have somebody that excels in zone. It's not like I'm saying that. Hey, you people misunderstand. Zone coverage is not made for. You don't have to have shutdown corners, but you still got to have some
exactly.
fucking talent back there. You can't just have Joe Dirt and his cousin back there and expect him to stop some fucking body.
Now, Mike. You know, Goat just threw a punch at you saying you just told him that we need zone cornerback, so he ain't having this shit. I'm gonna tell you another thing. You just told me J.C. Horn stay hurt, but you want to go get a broke up ass John Mechie that ain't been healthy since he came in the damn league. But you want to go
Exactly.
get that motherfucker too, man. What you
Because
saying? Explain to
okay,
me what you saying.
because what I'm saying is, I'd rather do a low risk, high reward with John Matchy
I'm
and
tired of
possibly
low
have
risk, high
something
reward shit.
then now
I'm
pause.
tired of this low
Now
risk,
listen.
high
Now listen.
reward shit.
Okay, if you draft a receiver, a defensive end, and the first two picks of the draft, prepared to be thrown on for the rest of the fucking season. Prepare for your passing defense to fucking suck.
But
Now
right,
remember, you just got Kirk Cousins in
I
Atlanta.
didn't, I didn't, I didn't, I didn't, I did see, I did. We had it like, oh, people want to say, oh, you go, you this, you this, you this, you this. Now see, you did it. You brought it out. You brought it out. I'm sorry I had to do it. You just said now every move that we done made this year right here in free agency is pretty much for low risk, high reward. DJ Wanham, Clowney,
Yep, that's what
on
they
and
say.
on and on. Low risk, high reward. Now you got a bunch of low risk, high reward guys in here now. You got a bunch of low risk, high reward guys in here. And y'all expect to play some motherfucking top notch. That schedule is full of future pro bowlers, I mean, future Hall of Famers, Pro Bowlers, all pros, and stuff that's gonna come into Bank of America, and that we got to go see on different teams. But we got a bunch of low risk, high reward guys because y'all like the money. Oh, we didn't pay this guy, but this. Oh, we didn't pay that guy, but this. Oh, we only got him for 2 years. You just called them stopgap guys. That's why they was calling them on the national narrative. A bunch of stopgap guys, a bunch of he fits Evero's scheme come from Denver guys on this team. So what are we doing? Really? What are we
But
doing?
go. You kind of helped my motherfucking point when you said that we were playing some motherfucking studs this year on our schedule. We've got okay. We gonna have Patrick Mahomes come in the motherfucking building, and we gonna play against him with no J.C. Horn because 9 times out of 10 that nigga gonna be injured. With our only defensive back being Troy Hill, he's going to destroy. Patrick Mahomes will throw for 5 touchdowns, 400 and something yards, and we face this man, and we don't have nothing in the backfield but a broken fucking Jace Horn. It will be nothing but a highlight reel the whole fucking game.
But what Ghost saying is you get a whole team full of them motherfuckers. What the fuck do you got? You really don't have shit because we did that same shit at quarterback for I don't know how many years. You say, oh, we can get Baker, it's a low risk, but it's high
High
reward.
reward.
You
Yeah,
go get
yeah.
Sam
Low risk.
Darnold, it's a low
High
risk, but
reward.
it's a high reward.
High
And now
reward.
you want to give up another draft pick for a wide receiver. It's low risk, high reward. You can't build
Oh,
a team with that shit.
I hear what you're saying, but you can't build a team if you don't have nobody that can. All right, if you look at motherfucking when it comes to the priority fucking building their football team, they say you all start in the trenches. You go offensive line, defensive line, you go backwards. The most important position is the quarterback. The next most important position is the person that can get to the quarterback. Then the person that can protect the quarterback. Then the next
Mhm,
person off that list of priority is the person that can cover receivers, that can take
mhm.
time away from the
I agree.
quarterback
I agree.
and
I
shut
agree.
him down. If you skip that part and you don't have anybody back there to cover when these quarterbacks come in, it's not a matter of, it ain't nothing but a matter of time of when they kill you. You are going, if we don't get anybody in that backfield that can stop somebody, we won't win a single fucking game next year. Let me say that again. At least, at least if we can get somebody that can coverage and actually do something when it comes to these quarterbacks when they come in. At least there's a chance we can hopefully get the run game going. And we can, because we done upgraded the offensive line so much. We already got Deontay Johnson. So technically our priority doesn't necessarily have to be wide receiver. We don't have nothing in the backfield. I know people gonna say we got Jace Horn. If the nigga's never healthy, he's not there. We have nobody in the backfield at all. There's nobody back there. We have two holes, CB1, CB2. How do you stop any quarterback when you can't slow down any of their receivers? You can't stop none of them.
So what you saying is at 33, take a corner. That's what you saying.
Facts.
Like I said, shut down corners don't even make it to the second round. And if that now don't get me wrong, I know it's corners that have been drafted way later than the first round that have worked out. But once again, that shit don't happen often, bro. That's why best
Okay.
player available, regardless of position, at 33 and 39, got to be the move because you need talent on the team. You keep going to get these motherfuckers like Goat just said, low risk, high reward. Just take it. Don't matter. Position shouldn't even matter when we draft at 33 and 39. Damn near. You just need the
You know
best
what,
fucking player.
MDJ, you just said a mouthful. You just said a mouthful because, eh, yeah, you just said a mouthful with that. You just said a mouthful. You're right. You absolutely right. You could take BPA. You could take BPA, and I would not be mad at him. I won't be mad at him.
You know what? I wouldn't either. And that's the strategy he said he's going with. He's saying that he wants to get the best player available. And I'm 100%. If that's the strategy and that's the plan and he sticks to it, I will not be mad at all. But what I'm also going to say, people said that Goat just said how many offensive linemen is going to fly off the board. Then follow behind that, we're talking about 5 or 6 fucking receivers coming off the board. That's 16 picks. Then you talk about the defensive ends that's coming out the board. That's like 4 or 5. We're in the 20s. You talk about the quarterbacks coming off the board. People saying 4 or 5 quarterbacks coming off the board. It is not asinine that one of the top defensive backs may fall to 33.
No,
It's
it
very
doesn't
much
matter.
possible.
Joey Porter
It's
Jr.
very much possible that a top defensive back does fall to 33. Now you take the best player available, but if you got a hell of a corner that's sitting there at 33, nigga, don't you bat a fucking eye. You take his ass just because of the fact if if you looked at the schedule, people talking about how fucking scary the schedule is and how many motherfucking studs we facing in the schedule. There are so many quarterbacks that are cerebral that's going to be standing on the opposite end of our defense. And the last thing I want to see, I don't know about y'all, but I get tired of watching ESPN sometimes. And let me tell you why. Because when they show football highlights of a quarterback showing his ass and wide receivers showing their ass and running backs showing their ass, 9 times out of 10, almost every fucking time, the highlights are against the Carolina Panthers. Almost every fucking time. A receiver's destroying us. A running back is destroying us. A fucking quarterback then put up 400 fucking yards against us. It's normally against. Now, people saying we rank such and such high against the pass game last year. I'm going to say that's a loaded stat. And the reason why I say it's a loaded stat is because half the fucking game, they just ran the ball down our throat. When it was times that quarterbacks wanted to get off, we didn't stop no fucking body. Jordan Love went out there and carved us the fuck up all game long. And there were several games like that where a quarterback came in and carved us the fuck up. And they got 40 points, 35 points, damn near multiple games where we was getting our ass carved the fuck up. I think the reason why that stat says that we played that well against the pass, because they didn't have to fucking pass on us.
Yeah. Well, you
By
ate them.
halftime, we was out the game, so they were just handing the ball off and letting their running back run all over us.
So that's an empty calorie stat then.
So when people look at numbers and they say we allowed the third less passing yards per game, look at the fucking meat and potatoes before y'all say that dumbass stat. We was not a good defense last year. And the thing is, we lost two of our best players. Or matter of fact, we let's not even say best players because I know that's the case. But let's just say it like this: we lost three key stars to our defensive last year: Jackson, Louisville, Brian Burns. We haven't replaced Brian Burns. We put a band-aid on it. We may have replaced Frankie Louisville with DJ. We damn sure haven't replaced anybody in the backfield. The only thing we did do was we got players that can stop the run that are good at stopping the run. We just traded our weakness on defense. Now we're going to see all quarterbacks come in and decide this will be the year if motherfuckers don't pay attention and don't be gun hole or start getting somebody that can help in the backfield. I'm telling everybody that plays daily fantasy, if you want to get your money up this year, if Carolina don't do nothing to stop motherfucking receivers and stop these quarterbacks, every fucking week, pick the number one receiver and pick the quarterback, and you're gonna have a solid foundation to win money every fucking week because it's going to be a fucking highlight reel.
Come on now. So what? So what's? Oh man, Mike, Mike,
What?
what you just said is that we're not gonna get no pressure on the quarterback, and then you just said that those corners are gonna get blowed up, basically.
Facts.
So
Quarterbacks. If we don't do something because what
now,
the way you can save the fact to get the pressure on the quarterback, if you got some defensive backs in the backfield that can slow down the receivers, hit them on the line, keep up with them, give them a solid coverage, you get what they call coverage sacks. So even if your defensive end is a getting in the backfield. He now the quarterback can't get nobody's getting open, so you giving the Davion Clowney more time. You giving DJ more time. They have more opportunities to get to the quarterback. But if you don't got anybody that can cover these motherfucking receivers, it's going to be highlight reels every fucking week on ESPN. Don't watch ESPN. Don't fucking do it
now,
because
now,
every
now,
week
now,
y'all gonna
now, Rockin' Blue with the $5 super chat says, no matter who we draft at any of these spots, we still ain't competing with teams like the Chiefs. Sorry, it ain't happening, Mike.
okay, let's be real. Now okay, there's only certain teams that's competing with the Chiefs at all. So let's take the Chiefs out of it. I'm saying anybody that runs in this building that has a good quarterback will destroy us.
Okay, see,
We're gonna make Jared Goff look like he was still with Sean McVay. We would make Prescott look like he needs another fucking contract. Jalen Hurts will look like he'll go against another. Any good quarterback, period, are going to look like MVP candidates every fucking
now,
week that we
now,
play
now,
against them.
when the Carolina Panthers was at their height, when they was at their strength, when they was the Super Bowl, the playoff run teams and stuff like that, we had
Mm-hmm.
edge rushers and we had Starla Tulale, KK Short playing three technique. We were getting pressure on the quarterback. We didn't have stud guy Josh Norman. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have. We had good
Was you
players
about to
back
say that we
then.
didn't have
We
studs
had
in the backfield? Because we
We
had
didn't. We
well,
Josh
just
I,
had
Norman,
I
we had
we had
Kurt
one solid
Coleman.
corner, one
We
solid corner,
huh?
and a bunch of journeymen. We had one
What?
solid
Wait,
That,
wait,
corner and a
wait.
bunch of journeymen. That's basically what he
there you
had.
go. There you go.
So,
There
so,
you
so
go.
Kurt Coleman wasn't a good
A
safety.
journeyman.
He
Kurt
had a
Coleman
good
was a
year.
journeyman.
He was a
He
journeyman. He
he
had
had
a
a
good
good
year.
year. He was a journeyman. He wasn't trash. We didn't say he was trash or garbage or whatever. He was a journeyman. He brought Kirk Cousins in that 1 year, and then he got what 2 years, and then he was out of here 1 year, something like that.
He had
2 years.
1 year. Then the other year he didn't really do much. I mean, you just
Okay, go
So
ahead. Keep going
it
though.
was that it was that it was that downfield rush that we got on the quarterback for because we didn't even blitz a lot. McDermott didn't even blitz a lot.
he
He
had a
got
good front
home
seven.
with his front four. Yeah.
Yeah, you had a good front seven all the way across. You had a solid front seven, solid front four, good linebackers behind it. That's normally what we had. Very rarely have we ever had two good corners. We always had one solid corner and a questionable motherfucker at best on the other side, which would be
And,
which would be a Troy Hill. You know,
okay, so we're saying that we had a solid front seven, right?
Yes, sir.
And we had Josh Norman out on the island that could shut down one side of the field. We had a good safety in the middle. Okay, now let's dissect this team that we have now. Our front seven is what right now? Would you say average?
Other than other than Derek Brown, yes, I'm gonna go out. Other than Derek Brown, who is not a sack getter or a penetrator guy, he's a run stopper, and that's what I was
I'm
preaching
not even I'm not gonna
the
say
other
average.
day. So say average at best, as far as what you can
Okay,
Mediocre,
do.
mediocre.
Yeah,
okay.
as far as
Same
what you
thing, but I like how you cleaned it up to make sure try to be like that. All right, so mediocre front seven. But here's the thing that I also want to point out. You said we had a shutdown defensive back on one side of the field.
hmm
We
yeah,
don't
yeah.
have that. We don't have that
Well, why?
This
Why,
this
Mike?
draft
Why?
shit, this draft
because
shit,
James
man.
Horn is never healthy.
Bro, you got
But
J.C. Horn
you
and
gotta look at history. You gotta look at history of things.
I
When
am.
time
Past 4 years, this nigga ain't
hold
been
on,
healthy.
when time come to pay people, guess what we did? We let them walk.
man,
We let them
the
walk.
wild shit be with
You
this
did it with
draft shit,
Josh.
man.
You did it with Bradbury. Now J.C. Horn end up being injury prone. He gonna get up out of here if he don't cut some type of deal on that 5th year option. But after that, he getting ready to get up out of here. So it just come back to bite us in the ass because you don't want to pay people. That's all.
Okay, now I'm gonna say this right now. None of the players that I'm not about to say what old regimes did. I'm not gonna go that far. Brian Burns trade would have been a pill to swallow if we would have got a first round pick for him. So that was the biggest knock on that. It's not the fact that we traded Brian Burns, it's the fact we traded Brian Burns and we didn't get at least in the first round. That's the
Exactly.
biggest knock on
I
that.
agree. I agree.
So when it comes down, people mention you just mentioned it's pay year Jace Horn. Now, I'm gonna say this. If I was the Carolina Panthers, I'm not giving Chase Horn a 5th year option because I haven't seen a nigga on the field enough to even consider giving him a 5th year option. Like,
I'm
uh,
I'm gonna take a chance on him, bro. I'm gonna be real, bro. When he on the field, he actually looked like something. But I see
all
plenty of
right,
motherfuckers on the
MPJ.
field that look like nothing. That stay around this motherfucker, and it's cool. Like
How many
you let
times?
C.J. Henderson rock. You let YGM
No,
sit
no, no.
around
I
here.
didn't. They did.
Yeah,
I
they
was
did. They
against
did.
TJ Henderson.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
now
did. They did.
MPJ,
They did. Yeah,
MPJ. How many times you gonna let this hoe cheat on you before you decide that you're not gonna give her the ring?
Hey, look, man.
How many times she gonna
Hey,
cheat on
look, bro.
you before you?
I'm gonna take my chance with J.C. Horn before I go draft a corner in the second round and think he finna go shut something down, bro. I'm not crazy, bro. I'm gonna take my
Okay,
chance.
I hear
I
what
hope
you're
this
saying.
motherfucker don't go in the street. I hope she stay home tonight. So I'm
You,
gonna rock with J.C.
but she done did it 4 years straight, dog.
But Mike, you got to look at what they're gonna look at. The money to keep a JC home probably be about 16 million a year. And what you looking at right now at the cornerback position, corner's getting close to 20 something million a year. So they'll probably pick up the 5th year option if he comes out and have a decent year. And they'll say, okay, we pick up his 5th year option and we'll see. We'll take it year by year with him. And if he give you something, then fine. You look at potentially keeping him long term. But then other than that, I don't see a long term deal coming for JC Horn. I just don't
I'm
see
not
it.
saying that I'm not saying a long term deal, or I'm not disputing if a long term deal come. I'm not disputing none of that. What I'm saying is, if right now, all right, let's go around the panel. Then let's just put around the panel. What?
Look at this
How
nigga.
much faith do you have that this nigga's gonna play at least 14 games next year? Let's go around the panel. Percentage wise, out of 0% to 100%. Who would give me your percent? Go. What's your percent that Jace Horn plays at least 14 games next year? What? How much faith do you have in the man?
0%, and that's my guy. But
All right,
Bro,
you just nailed it on
Q.
the head.
How much faith that you
Nailed it
have
on
that this nigga gonna
the head.
play at least 14 games next
Mike,
year?
hold
I
up,
have
Mike,
about as
hold
much
up.
as percent in JC Horn playing as I do as Bryce Young winning us games. How about that? Since you
All
like
right,
that.
so
Okay.
0%. MDJ, how much percent that you have
bro,
that Jace Horn's gonna play at least 14 games next year?
I'm gonna give you a percent, but I want to say something after, and I'm gonna make sure it's short, bro. I'm gonna say 15%, and after that, I'm gonna say I'm gonna keep that motherfucker because he is the best corner on my team, bro. Why I'm gonna keep giving away the best person at a position on my team and think I'm gonna get better, bro? You give away your
Nobody
best
said
pass.
pause. Nobody said nothing
Why would I
about
not
getting rid
sign
of
this nigga,
him.
bro?
Nobody
Yes, you
You
said
did.
nothing about
You
getting
just
rid of
said
him.
literally
you
did,
No,
bro.
literally just
You said
opened your
I'm not
goddamn mouth
signing.
and said that.
You said
no, no,
I'm
no.
not
What I
signing
said
JC
was
Horn. That's what you
Mike,
said.
no.
what
What
the
I
fuck
said
wrong with
from
you, Mike?
He
no,
We
no.
literally
heard
Pause.
what
No,
you
said
no,
that.
no.
said.
Wait,
You ain't about to sit and
wait.
tell me what
Wait,
you
we're
just
not
said.
gonna do
I
that. Wait,
heard
no,
you,
no.
motherfucker.
What I
Just
said
said
was
I
Lawrence
heard
Howard
you.
Ward. You just
I said
said
we
that.
don't.
You literally just said that, dog. What you
No,
moonwalking?
no, pause. I never
Quit it.
said pause. I never said get rid of the man. I said the nigga's not gonna fucking play. And I said that I'm hesitant to sign the 5th year option on a nigga that's never on the field. Now, one part of that says you have to get rid of the man because you can always franchise tag the man after the year's over
Shout
to
Bro,
out
what
make
to
the
sure
fuck
he
Agent
stay
wrong with this
around.
team,
704.
man? Bro,
704 said it right here in the chat. The second you get rid of him, he gonna be the healthiest player
exactly.
you ever seen.
Q. I'm
That
tired
right.
of this shit. Hey, Q. This what this team do,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
You gonna give away your best wide receiver. You just trade him. You gonna give away your best pass rusher.
Yeah.
You gonna give
Yeah.
away your best running back.
No,
You gonna give
Yeah.
away
no,
every
listen.
fucking thing that
Hear
you
me
want
Yeah.
on
out.
the
No,
team. You
hear
just
Listen
me
to
give it
out,
Mike.
away.
Mike
MDJ.
gonna
And
give
the
away
score.
everybody. He won't give away
No, no,
everybody. That's
no.
all he gonna
Listen
do.
to
Give
me.
away
No,
shit.
no, no.
Give
Listen
away.
to
Give
me. No,
away.
no,
Give away.
no,
Give away.
no,
Give away.
no. Stop. Because I never said I would not get that nigga a franchise tag after the year was over. I never said that I was trade
You just
JC
say
Horn.
he ain't
All
gonna
I
be
said,
here. He ain't gonna be
all I said.
available. You just say get rid of him because he ain't gonna be
No,
here.
no, I didn't say he was gonna be available. I said
Oh
he's
my
not gonna be
god.
available because he's never fucking healthy. That's what I said. This
You
was not.
just
This
said
is
he's not gonna
this
be available.
because he doesn't play because he's always hurt. I'm not saying I'm trading the nigga. I'm saying the nigga's not gonna be on the field. We've seen it 4 years straight that this nigga's not gonna
And
be
I'm
on the
still
field.
and I'm still picking up his option. Yes, I'm
Y'all.
still picking up his option.
Flame for Jesus is exactly right. And I heard something, I read something where you can get that adjusted as well too, because it was a average between him and Patrick Surtain, cause y'all know they went like back to back or some shit
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
fifth
Yeah.
yeah.
year option. And J.C. Horn ain't played enough and this and that. Flame for Jesus is exactly right. It could be lower than 12 if y'all worrying about the money. If the money coming into it. Now Mike Black
You
had
know it.
just
You
said,
know they always talk about the money. You know
yeah,
it.
it's always talking about the money. And Mike just said, what did you just say, MTJ?
I'm,
I'm
I'm
not
not
picking. He
signing a
said,
5th year
not.
option.
Why would
Uh,
you?
uh,
What?
uh, 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 you just said you just said low risk, high reward.
Yep.
Low risk, high reward.
Mike, you switch up too damn much for my blood, boy.
No, I
God
did not.
damn.
Q. Q, I didn't switch up. I said I'm not going to sign the 5 year option. That's all I said. And I said the nigga's never available because he's never fucking healthy. That's all I said. Now, if the nigga finally plays 14 games or plus at the end of the year, I'll franchise tag the nigga. But I'm not about to turn around at this year, getting ready to start the season, going to depend on him to be there in the backfield when I know the nigga has never been healthy throughout the year. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it'll be asinine to sit
Mike,
back and consider my defense going
Mike,
to be ready to
you
stop
said
any
a whole lot
quarterback.
to say a whole goddamn little just now. You ain't who did he tricking me? I know
I
better.
did it. I never said I was
Okay.
going to trade the nigga. I
You
never
figure
said
if
that
you
I
can
would get
out
rid
talk
of the
me
nigga.
or you can out talk everybody, it's gonna bypass what you said a few minutes ago. We know what we just
No, no,
heard
nigga,
you.
we want to tape. I don't want to hear this one. This shit's something we want to tape because y'all
Bro,
not about to act like I said that shit. I never said I'll get
bro,
rid of JC
you
Horn.
literally you said
I
that shit,
just
bro.
I
You did it.
said
You
that
did.
he's not going to be there because he's never fucking healthy. He's never healthy.
You said both things, Mike. But that was the thing. That's why I was like, I will say
See, Mike,
15%, but
this what happened when you talk too damn much.
I'm
This
not
what
going to
fucking
give him
happen
away,
when you
bro.
No,
run your
I'm not.
no,
goddamn mouth too
no,
much. Cause
no.
you don't remember
Niggas in
what
the
you
chat.
said.
Niggas in the chat. Niggas in the chat. Y'all motherfuckers watching this shit live. We want to fucking tape a little bit. We not about to put this bullshit out there.
You
I
got three
never said I'll
motherfuckers
get
just
rid.
told you
No,
on the
Bro, I
I
panel.
bet
never.
What
you
you
I bet
saying?
$100
I
right now
never
that you
said
said
I'm
you
gonna get
wouldn't sign.
rid of
I got
JC
100.
Horn.
I got
I
100. I
just
got
said.
100.
I just said. I never said I'll get rid of JC Horn. I said the nigga's never there. He's
You
never there. And when
so
I
you
said the
saying
analogy about putting a ring on this bitch, what I mean by that is you're gonna put all your faith in a defensive back to be stellar all year when we never seen him on the field more than 4 games in a year. He played 27% of his snaps. And you are going to depend on this man shutting down anybody when he's never on the fucking field. And I said,
Mike,
because of that, quarterback's gonna come in here and have a
Mike,
fucking field day.
Mike, check this out. When J.C. Horn got the second injury, we should have been preparing for this because him. Oh no, I tell you even better. The year we were competing for the fucking playoffs, and him and Dante Jackson was out at the same time, and C.J. Henderson gets his ass burnt. The fuck up. We should have been in the draft going that year. But what do we do? What do we do, y'all?
We did what happened. And I ain't about to
we fell
fucking
apart them last two games.
We
We
traded
fell
up
apart.
for a fucking. We traded up. We traded all our draft capital for a quarterback. So
go,
blame
go.
that
Let
on
it
the
go.
organization, brother.
Let it go. We
No.
can't change what happened
What
then. The only
what I'm
thing I
saying?
can
No, 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 no,
You
no,
can
no. We ain't
stop
doing
doing the
that.
same shit you've
Well,
been doing though. You can't change it. You gotta stop
exactly.
doing
exactly.
this shit. Just stop
Exactly.
doing this shit.
Exactly.
Exactly. Because you asked the question, now you in the situation. You asked the question, now you in the situation. Situation is you're more than likely gonna have to exercise that 5th year option on JC Horn because you have no other better nothing to put out there better because you done sent Dante Jackson to Pittsburgh. And what
When
else you gonna do? You didn't go in free agency and get one. You understand what I'm saying? You're gonna have to go exercise that 5th year option. You're gonna have to do it.
you don't
Man,
have to
shouts out
because
to
it's a
Rock and Blue.
franchise.
Rock and Blue say it's time we might actually realize that we cursed. It's time to burn some sage, dog.
You're
Look,
gonna have
look. What I'm gonna say though also is if you don't exercise the 5th year option, it doesn't mean you can't franchise tag the nigga when the season's over if he finally plays more of the season that he sits on the
Mike,
sideline.
Like
you
you
Hold,
have to
Mike.
wrong, bro.
Hold, Mike.
In
Hold,
order
Mike.
to have the nigga, you
Hold,
have
Mike.
to get the option. You wrong.
Shout out to Al the seller for that $2 super chat. Now listen who just told you this shit right here. He said Mike do be talking his ass off. Shout out to Al the sailor.
Facts.
I
But
was talking
okay,
motherfucker too,
but
bro.
MDJ, if
shout
you
out
do
to
the
Al.
If you do the 5th year
Yes,
option
sir.
and a nigga only plays 4 games next year, you not gonna feel fucking stupid?
No, Mike, you talking about franchising the nigga. You got to
Don't
pay
got
more to
no other
franchise
option though,
tag him.
Mike.
Brother,
You
nigga,
I
got
this
no other
man
rather
been
option.
averaging the top
okay,
5 players, bro. His
I
last
Mike,
2
where
rather
your
years is the top
alcohol at,
5
Mike?
players. What
no
the
no
fuck
no
What the
is
hell
you
you
no
talking
talking
listen
about?
about?
though.
Bro, you
Okay,
tripping.
so let me get this right. Let me get this right. Let me get a vote on the panel. You
Bro,
rather pay a nigga a year ahead of time who has never played more than 4 games in a single year, then wait to finally see if the nigga's gonna be healthy a full
You
year,
got
then franchise
Mike.
tag
why
him.
would
You
I
got you
franchise
got you
tag him
got
if I could
you
just use
got
the
it.
option, bro? It's
But
cheaper.
you got to do you got to give him his 5th year option this year before May or June.
Yeah,
You got
it's
to do
cheaper to
that.
do that anyway. It's cheaper to do
It,
that
You
than
it's
got to
cheap.
do
franchise
Mike,
that.
you
It's
tag him.
understand what
regardless.
position you sitting in, Mike? Do you understand where you
I,
sitting at?
I understand exactly where I'm sitting at. But what I'm saying is, if a nigga only plays an average of 4 games a fucking year, what good is he to your team? Let's be real. If a nigga only plays 4 games out of 17 games a fucking year, what good is he for your team? The best ability is availability.
So I
Man,
guess
listen,
It's
by
not
you
like
your
you
this.
saying a
This
lot,
philosophy, you
but
should
I'm
get rid
telling
of
you,
half of the league because half of the
that man,
league is injured, dog. That means
that man the
Austin
best
Corbin,
player
who
on
no,
your
your team,
starting
bro.
bro,
center,
bro,
shouldn't be on the
bro.
team right now because he's been injured
That
2 years
man,
in a row. Come on
Jason
Man,
now.
Horn
I
probably
feel
the
look,
best player on your
y'all
fucking
realize
team right now. I don't know what the
every
fuck
time
you
we
talking
talk
about.
about a draft, I talk about a center. Every time we talk about a draft, I talk about a center. So obviously, I'm on the same page with you when we talk about Austin quarterback. What I'm saying is, a motherfucker that's never okay. So let me get this right. You got a bitch at home that don't do fucking nothing. Don't do a damn thing. You gonna treat her like she a queen? I mean, she don't cook, she don't
You knew
clean,
that. You
she
knew that
don't do
before
a
you got the
goddamn
motherfucker.
thing, man.
You knew that, but you were so enticed by ass, you went and got it. So that's your fault.
Do that when
You
Just
you
got to
one.
live
bought
with
it.
that bitch,
Do
man.
that when you bought it.
Okay,
Do that when you
okay,
bought it.
all right. So keep a nigga
Do
that
that when
never
you
fucking
bought it to
plays.
your house.
So
Do
so
Bro,
that.
so
bro.
keep a nigga. So keep a nigga that never fucking plays. 4 games a year is his average every fucking year. So 4 games out the
Nah,
year, you gonna get a stellar defensive back. He plays 27% of the snaps in the past 4 years. That
Well,
comes to
Mike,
an
what
average
fucking
about
difference
four
do it
bro,
fucking
that
make?
nigga the
games.
best nigga
We
on your
2 and 15,
team, man.
dog. We 2 and
He the
15. The
best
whole
player
team
on your
suck.
team. He the best player on your team.
What
I
sense
don't know
do it
what the
make,
fuck you
Mike?
saying, man.
Mike, do you
Oh,
realize we
okay,
only
okay.
won 2 games last year? So JC Horn is the least of your worry. I hope you know that.
Guess what? Guess what? And guess what? And he wouldn't dance, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. That's
Bro,
what I'm
you go.
saying. And we're
You
gonna,
don't want
because if we're gonna build, because here's the real shit. The real shit is if you're gonna build a fucking solid team across the board, then a player that's only putting in 4 games a year cannot be on the team.
Well, that's true too. But you got to look at the situation you in now. If you out here drafting and GMing and doing all that, because we in the draft right now, it's April. It's April. It's the first week in April. It's gone. So we in the draft right now. So you playing armchair GM, and you looking at this right here, just like I just told y'all what the scenario was, and y'all try to throw that up under the damn cap. You sat right here. J.C. Horn got hurt 2 years in a row. Okay, going into the third year, we ate up that draft capital. Okay, then first game he got hurt again. Now he's going in his 4th year. You're gonna have to exercise the 5th year option. You know what I'm saying? After this year right here, between May or June, you're gonna have to figure out what the fuck you gonna do. You ain't got but so many picks at a position of need. You got to shit or get out the fucking pot.
You're gonna have to keep him and see what he gonna be, dog. I know,
man.
understanding you saying the emotional side of you is saying, I don't want this guy here who only playing 4 games a year, because it makes
Yeah,
sense to get rid of him. But what you gotta look at is the football sense of it is we ain't got no other better move we can make on this chessboard. So we gotta
My
see what he can
yeah.
be.
my standpoint
Man, J.C.
is
Horn, the best player on the team, bro.
me personally, me personally, Instead of me doing a 5 year option, I'd rather let the nigga play all year and franchise tag him.
Mike,
Because
it
if I
costs more to
now listen,
franchise
nigga,
tag
I
a nigga
know.
than the
Stop saying
option,
it.
bro.
I know.
Like,
But
what the
my
fuck
Oh,
kind
hey,
of
personal
motherfucker do
motherfucker,
you
Mike.
perspective.
even want?
No. My personal perspective is okay. Because if I sign the 5 year option, that means I'm giving this nigga 2 years. And if I'm giving, and when it comes down to it, if he only plays a
Mike,
quarter
what the
of
hell
this
you talking
season,
about,
You
Mike?
don't know what the fuck
Mike,
he talking about, man. You don't
Mike.
know what the fuck he
If you
talking
pick
about.
up the fifth year
I'm
option, he
trying to save
plays
you.
for
I'm
that
trying
year
to
on
save
that
you. I'm
number.
trying to save you,
If
bro.
you
You just
talking
don't know
about
what you're talking about.
franchise tagging them, there is no such thing as a 2 year. What the fuck are you
no,
talking
no, no.
about?
What I'm saying is, if I pick up the 5 year option this year, I give him this year and I give him next year.
You giving him this year
What you
anyway,
giving
Mike.
this year
What
next
the
year?
fuck are you
Well,
talking about?
exactly,
I'm telling you, you don't
exactly.
know what you're
So
talking
what I'm
about.
saying is, before I commit to this nigga a whole nother year, I want to see if this nigga gonna play more than half the season.
Mike, Mike,
Before I commit,
Okay, Mike.
no.
Okay,
You're
Mike.
not
Mike.
gonna
I don't
Okay.
shift
know the
my
exact
mind
Okay.
on
number,
this.
but it costs
Okay,
more
Mike.
to franchise tag a player
You
than
gonna make
to,
a bonehead move trying to prove a
bro.
point being emotional. Is what the fuck
No,
you
it's
about to
not
do.
being emotional.
Yeah, it's
No,
being
y'all being
emotional.
emotional.
You
Listen,
giving a
one of
nigga
the
more.
craziest, look, the craziest shit I ever heard Quan say that makes the most sense. That some players, some fucking fans get connected to when they have a stellar player on the fucking roster.
Well, guess what?
James
Guess what?
Horn,
Quan
healthy,
ain't
is
here,
a
so I don't
beast.
want to hear nothing from another motherfucker who ain't here to speak on their own mind. So
No,
tell
but
me
what I'm
what
saying,
Mike thinks. Tell me what
Mike,
Mike thinks.
okay. Mike saying that if I do the 5 year option and next year he comes out and he only plays 4 or 5 fucking games,
Oh, man.
then there's another year I'm gonna have this man that he's
No,
probably
it's not.
only gonna play another 4 or 5. Yes, it is because if you pick up the 5 year option, he plays next year and the year after,
No,
which
he
means I
plays
handcuff
5 years,
this
nigga.
nigga.
That's why it's called a 5 year option. No,
This
it's
nigga
not.
don't
Nigga,
know
this
what the
is
fuck
year
a fifth year
because
What the
this
option
fuck are
is.
you talking about, bro?
nigga.
You're
No,
going wrong. You're so
listen.
wrong that I'm trying to stop you to help you, bro. I'm trying to help you.
Hey,
If you
ain't this
franchise
his fourth
tag a
year?
player, it costs more. I don't give a
I
damn if
This
it's
know
is
one,
that
his.
two, three.
This
MBJ.
is his
It
Stop
costs
fourth.
saying the
more. I'm
same
helping
shit.
you, bro.
No,
All
I
right,
hear
go
what you're
ahead. Go
saying.
ahead.
All right,
Say that bullshit.
this
Say it.
year,
Say it.
all
Say it.
right,
Go ahead.
this year
Call
is
the
his
stupid
rookie
nigga
year,
shit
right?
out. Go ahead.
Look, okay, this year is his fourth year, right? This is still his rookie contract, right?
Yeah, he's playing 2024. He's playing his fourth year in 2024.
Okay,
This year,
so this is his
fourth year.
fourth year. If you pick up the
Yes.
5 year option, what does that mean? When does he
Then
stay?
he'll go 2025, 2026. He'll be
2025. Be
Okay,
mindful.
that's
This
exactly
is
what the fuck I'm saying.
2024.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying you get him for 2024 and you handcuff him to the team for 2025. That's what I'm saying. That's when I say 2 years. Two
Okay, Mike.
years. He plays this
One of
year
them,
and he
they're
plays
two
in
different
No,
2025.
options, Mike. You
but we
putting them
can't.
both
Hey, genius.
together. You
Yeah,
stop it, Mike.
Genius.
and
Hey,
then I
genius.
don't
How
know
much?
what we
If
saying.
you franchise tag him, you paying
Hold,
$25 million, bro.
hold,
You gonna pay
hold, 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 hold,
25 or 12? Which one?
hold,
Which one you
MDJ,
want?
hold, MDJ.
Which one you
What I'm
want?
saying is this thing what they looking at too. You giving him the 12, you giving him the 12, and just like you said, if he plays 14 games this year, they probably gonna trade him for some type of draft compensation. Is what they doing going into 2025 because they gave him the 5 year option and they own the rights to him. Is what they gonna do. That's the coin that they're gonna have to flip.
Okay. Now if the nigga plays that many games, which we just went through the vote, you had 0% faith. My man MGJ had 15% faith, and he had about as much faith as he has in Bryce Young, which is also 0 fucking percent. If we
I-
have that now if we have that little faith that this nigga's gonna play 14 fucking games this year, what are we talking about?
he may surprise you, Mike.
I
Troy
don't
Hill
want to hear it.
surprised me.
Listen, we not about to
It
talk
might,
about unicorns,
it might
nigga.
come
I
out
ain't
about
never
12.
seen
It
one.
might come about
Nah,
12
nah,
games or
nah.
something like that. Where
Has
the
he
You
nigga,
never
has
know,
he ever
Mike.
played? Has he ever played 12 games?
I don't know,
Might be the
Mike. Now,
first
now
year.
wait a minute.
Mike,
Never,
do you remember a
never.
player by the name of Thomas Davis who had
Now,
3 ACL injuries that went down year after year after year that they didn't give up on, and he turned out to be a damn all-time player for the Panthers? So come
At
on, bro,
least,
stop it.
at least the nigga had some years. where he played full seasons before those
He had
ACLs, my
one
nigga.
rookie year, and then after that, he went down with the first ACL after his one rookie year, transitioning from safety to linebacker. And it was different him playing at that weight. And he had ACL injury after ACL injury. Stop that, Mike.
And guess
He
what?
got hurt in the beginning of his career.
And on the fourth year, he played all fucking season.
Yeah, but how many years you just went? You went 3 years in a row.
But guess what? They didn't
What
pick
am
up
I
the fifth year
guessing?
option. They didn't pick up the fifth year option on
Man,
Thomas Davis after his fourth year.
He wasn't a first
On his
round
fourth year?
pick, Mike. He was not a first round pick, dog. There was no
Yeah,
fifth year option for him.
That's a good point.
they
That's
just
a good
fucked
point.
around and
Oh
threw him
my
out.
God, Mike.
That's a good point.
hey, look, man.
So,
I'm a,
okay, I'm just saying.
hey,
What I'm
look,
saying
You
is,
know you fucked up, Mike. You know you
no.
fucked
What
up.
I'm saying
Mike.
is, when if a duck
We
quack, the
ain't moving
nigga
on
quack.
because I'm
This
we
nigga does
we
not
moving
play.
on.
This nigga's never on the fucking field. I'm not about to sign a fifth year option to a nigga that's never on the field. I don't care what nobody fucking say.
This nigga died on that
Hey,
cross,
Mike.
dog.
Hey, Mike.
Look.
Now, for them 4 games he gonna play, right? Them 4 games you say he gonna play. Would you rather pay him 20 million or 12 million? How much would you rather pay him?
First
20
of
million or
all,
12 million?
I'm not paying him
I'm
at all
asking
if
you
he
one
only
question.
plays 4 fucking games.
No, because you told me you're gonna franchise tag him. That's
No,
what
no,
your
no, no,
dumb
no.
ass said. You said
I
you're gonna
said
franchise tag him instead of giving him the option.
I'd rather franchise tag a man that's gonna play the whole
Now hold on,
season
hold on, go.
or 14
Okay.
games than trying to fifth year option a nigga that only plays 4 games.
Okay. Okay.
At least,
Would you
at
rather
least if
pay
I
him 20
franchise
million
a
or
nigga
12
that
million?
plays the whole year, I know what I have,
You
and I
talking.
know that a nigga can actually play a full season. Right now, this nigga is only playing 4 games a fucking year. I'm a fifth year option a nigga that only plays 4 games a year. I'm a handcuff my team and my franchise to a nigga that only plays 4 games a fucking year.
Okay.
That
Would
doesn't
you
make
rather
any
pay him?
sense to me.
Damn, boy. Okay. Okay.
Hey,
You through yet? You done
hey,
yet?
three, three,
You
We
three,
done
got a
yet?
three
No,
couple
no,
of
million.
no,
super
no,
chats,
no, no,
though.
no, 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 no.
No,
Damn,
no,
man. Go
no.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, go
God
ahead, go
damn.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead,
Go ahead,
go
MDJ.
ahead,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, money. I'm so sorry. Would you rather pay him 20 million or 12 million, Mike?
If he plays the full year, I'll give him 20 million and be cool with that.
Oh, do it.
What the fuck is he? You see that?
Because listen, now
Man,
but
man, he
here's
don't
the
know nothing,
reason.
bro. He
And let
don't
me
know
tell you
nothing.
the reason.
He
Let me
don't
tell
got
you the
nothing to
reason.
fall.
Let
He
me tell
don't
you the
know
reason.
shit.
Because I'm not about to pay a nigga that only plays 4 games, $12 million. The nigga only play four
This
games,
nigga
so I'm gonna
say
give
he
him
rather pay a
$12 million.
nigga 20 million than 12 million dollars. The man dumb as fuck, man.
Because
I'm through, bro.
listen, no, listen to what I'm saying though. Shut up for a minute and listen to what I'm saying. Because the situation is, if I pay him 12 million now, I most likely know that the nigga's only gonna play 4 fucking games.
Mike,
At
you know
least
you
if
fucking
I
up, Mike.
We
wait.
not talking about this shit
No.
no more, money.
Listen.
Move on.
At
I'll
least
be
if
back.
I
Mike, I'm
wait.
about to get your last
Listen.
words in a
No.
minute. That's what I'm about.
Okay. No, but listen. Listen to what I'm saying though. Listen to what I'm saying.
Bro, you talk so
Boy, you
much, you
done
don't even
dig
hear
a
what the fuck
hole
you
the size
saying,
of the
bro.
Grand
Bro,
Canyon over here, bro. You know you fucked up.
No, I'm
All
not.
right.
I'm not.
First,
nigga,
Because
bro.
what you're
just
saying
hold, just
is,
hold, just sit tight, just sit tight. Okay, 336 Boston say don't believe in JC but believes in Bryce.
Oh
Explain.
my god.
Shout out to 336 Boston for that. And Justin Long said, oh no, JC has taken Burns' place in the convo. Damn. All right,
Oh
Mike,
my
go
god.
ahead.
because what I'm saying is, if I pay him 12 million now, if I set up to pay him 12 million now, what I'm saying is the nigga next year might come out and might not play nothing but 4 fucking games a damn game. But now I have a $12 million fucking agreement with him. I'd rather wait to see if the nigga plays a full season and pay him later. Because if the nigga only plays 4 games, I don't want no money tied to this nigga another year. I want the nigga gone. There's
So
no
you want to
reason to
pay him
keep a
$20
nigga.
million instead of $12 million because
You're
that's
not
how you
hearing
trying to
everything. You
stop me
taking
from
two
saying.
fucking
But
points.
that's
You taking
nothing to
two fucking
hear,
points.
man.
And if you hear me, what I'm saying is I gotta make that decision now to sign the fifth
Nigga,
year
we hear
option.
you loud and clear. This ain't making sense.
I'm not about to handcuff myself
Say
to
20
another
more than
fucking
12.
year
20
to a
more than
nigga
12.
that
Oh, you
only
skip
plays
over
4
I don't
games
12
give
a
a
and you
fuck
go
how
year.
long it
straight to
is. 20
20.
is more than 12.
But guess what? I'd rather pay 20 million for a nigga that plays the whole season. Wait and see if
What?
the nigga plays a whole season, then pay 12 million for a nigga that I don't even know if he's gonna play 4 games next year.
Hey yo, don't put Mike in the cash register because he gonna fuck you up. He gonna fuck you up at that cash. Don't put him
Whatever,
on the
dog.
cash register. Have that nigga mopping the floors.
Whatever,
What the
dog.
fuck is going on?
Whatever, dog.
What the
Whatever,
fuck
dog.
is going on?
Whatever, dog. Whatever, dog. Pay
Yeah.
12 million to a nigga that's not
Money,
gonna play
money,
more than
money
4
gonna be
games.
missing at your cash
Cool.
register,
No,
bro.
no, cool. Pay 12
God
million.
Nigga
damn.
not getting it.
Pay 12 million to a nigga that only gonna play 4 games. That makes
You gonna
fucking
pay him
sense.
20
Get
though,
this
but you're
nigga
gonna pay him 20.
if he plays the full season.
What the fuck is you talking about, man?
Know what the difference is? Know
Man,
what
he
the
don't
difference
know
is?
nothing. He don't
Know what
know
the difference
nothing.
is? You're
Golly.
gonna pay this
Mike,
nigga
Mike,
$3
Mike,
million
Mike, Mike,
per game.
This nigga.
Mike,
You're
Mike,
gonna pay
Mike,
this nigga $3 million
Mike.
per game that he plays.
Now, Mike,
At least I'm
now,
gonna get his
Oh,
full fucking
Mike.
worth.
man. What the fuck is
Now
wrong
you see what Flame for Jesus said that year that Chin hit him and broke
with
his wrist. He did play a lot of games.
Oh, boy,
How
y'all
many
got
games
me in
did he play?
tears. Oh,
How many games did he play?
27% of his snaps. 27% of his snaps. Out of 3 seasons, he played 27% of his snaps. That's all I'ma fucking say. The nigga's never on the field. I don't give a damn what anybody say, whatever laughter anybody fucking got. The nigga's never on the fucking field. He's never there. When you need the nigga, he's never there. So pay the nigga $12 million, never to play.
what did JC Horn do to you, dog? That's all I want to know. What did he do to you?
Absolutely not
What?
fucking play.
Why?
That's what the
Why
fuck he
so
did.
personal, dog?
It's
Like you
not
got players
personal.
on the
It's not.
field
It's
that
not
that has
personal.
that is playing, getting money that they don't deserve. You got a quarterback getting $37 million guarantee right now, and you ready to charge rah
It's,
rah for him?
no, it's not that. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal at all. It's just if you look at teams that are succeeded in the NFL, they don't have the number one defensive back only playing 25% of the fucking snaps, only 27% of their snaps. Why do you think
So you
Jadavian
the
is
snap
not in
watcher
Buffalo
now.
no more?
You the snap counter now. I mean,
No,
goddamn.
motherfucker, I'm the logical thinker. Motherfucking
Okay.
teams that are succeeding, they don't have a player that's only playing
You a
27% of their
logical
snaps in
But
3
thinker,
years.
but you wanna pay the cat 20 million versus 12 million, but you a logical thinker. Okay,
Man,
all
please,
right.
but
please
hold
move
Mike,
on, man.
Mike,
Please move
Mike,
on,
and
man.
then also now, also don't jump off that diving board like that on that deep end because them same teams that are succeeding didn't give away 37 draft picks, 11 of them behind quarterback. So them teams that succeeded ain't did no shit like that.
That's okay. That's great. All right. Great point. Solid. But let me ask you a question. When's the last time San Fran had a player that they paid or anybody on their team and they
Have you
stay in
seen
the
that
playoff?
roster?
Pause. Pause. Let me
The
fucking
whole
finish.
goddamn roster getting paid. What the fuck you talking about?
Can I finish the fucking statement?
Go ahead and get
Who
the
are
shit
they
out.
paying? Who are they paying that only plays 27% of their snaps in 3 years? Baltimore
But they
Ravens. Who are they
but
paying
they
that's only playing 27%? Any successful NFL team, who are they paying that's only playing 27% of their snaps?
but once again,
Nobody
Mike,
that has a successful team
if
is.
they did had a guy that was hurt like that, they had their draft capital. When San Fran started giving up draft capital, they was right, they was there. They drafted John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan came in there, dismantled that team, did a complete rebuild, did it right. And then they started getting people like Christian McCaffrey and Chase Young last year and shit like that because they was only one or two players away.
The point
That's
being
how they
is
did it.
goat, but you're not saying nothing. You're not disputing what I'm saying. There's no successful team that pays a player that only plays 27% of their snaps. There's not
Right.
one.
We
There's not
comparing,
one.
brother. But what we trying to tell you, only thing we trying to tell you is right now we backed ourselves up against the wall till we probably ain't gonna have no choice. We're gonna have to exercise the guy's 5th year option. So maybe we can get a third rounder or something like that in the draft because we're gonna own the rights to him if he plays enough snaps.
Yeah,
Come
we're
next year.
executing the 5th year option to potentially get up off of him, dog.
Yes,
Not to potentially see if he gonna stay here or be the long term answer. You're trying to see what you could get for him.
And okay, so let's go with that analogy.
You
Let's go with
argue,
that.
motherfucker, today,
No,
huh?
no, 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 no.
What
Let's
is it to
no, no, no,
argue?
no, no. Let's go with your analogy. We give 5th year option on
That
the
ain't
nigga,
no analogy.
and
Okay, fuck it.
and we give a 5th year option on Jace Horn. The nigga does exactly what he's done the past 3 fucking years. What team's gonna want the nigga?
that's what that you got him for 12, so you got him for the low. So you probably gonna end up releasing him or something like that by whatever time. You got him for 12, like you just tell you. A shutdown corner costs you more than that.
Nigga, he
Don't
never
Cost
they
you
don't?
plays.
20
It don't
million.
fucking matter.
20
You
million.
can't sit here and
No
act like
team,
when he's on
no.
the field he don't produce, because he do produce. Now the question is availability. He's there, but come on, dude. He has freak accidents that keep him off the field. Now what you can't do is sit here and act like he's not a reliable player. You can't do that, dog. Somebody is going to come knocking on in the JC Home sweepstakes, dog, because he's young,
The
he's
best,
22, 23, and he has value.
the best ability is availability. If you
Okay, we
never
get
on the
that, dog.
field, there's no
We just
fucking
watched
value if
Dante
you never on the
Jackson.
field.
Oh, Mike. We just watched Dante Jackson, who's been injured 4 years in a row, went for a fifth round
Every year,
pick.
yeah,
Every
every year.
fucking year, he has been hurt since he has been on this team and went for a
Six
fifth
round
round
pick.
pick, dog. Whatever the
Six
fuck you
round pick.
want to call it. Fifth, sixth, it's the same goddamn piece of value. Developmental. So anything you want to call it, you can get some type of value for it, dog. That's all we saying. You a hard head motherfucker now.
And that's
You
all.
know what though?
And that's all they gonna do at the Carolina Panthers is get ready to roll them damn dice. They gonna roll them dice, and they probably gonna
But
exercise that. That more likely they gonna exercise that 5th year option to have to get some draft capital or something like that later on. Is what they gonna end up
but
doing.
but
But look,
what's crazy is when I mentioned J.C. Horn, I wasn't saying nothing about getting rid of the nigga. I was saying we have to draft a defensive back because if the nigga does exactly what he's been doing every year and he's hurt, there's no stopping any quarterbacks when they come in the arena. Now, when y'all
We
mentioned
get that,
about
Mike. You just spent a whole goddamn hour telling us how much you want to get rid of JC Horn. So, with all due respect, I don't want to hear that shit. With all
no,
due
no,
respect.
I spent the whole hour saying that I'm not a gonna 5th year option the nigga if the
Bro.
nigga doesn't play more than four games, and I'm gonna stand on that. I don't give a fuck about anybody else here.
Okay, all
That's just
right,
in my
stand on it.
fucking opinion.
You standing on business now. You standing on business. You standing on Bryce. You standing on JC going. What else you standing on right now? A
yeah, it's
McShaky?
just like
A little McShaky?
it's
A
just like
McFlurry?
I mean,
What else you
it
standing
breaks
on?
down. That's beautiful, Flame. What you just said. You can cut him cheaper than waiting and franchising tag. That's what they looking at.
That's what I've been arguing this whole fucking time, man.
That
It's
boy
like
it make
if
your
you
head hurt
franchise
trying to just
tag him,
say that.
if if he play next year, right, and you franchise tag him, you're gonna pay him $20 million. Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, please let me know. Am I wrong?
No,
When I said I'll franchise tag him, I said if the nigga was to play a full year, I wouldn't feel bad about franchising a nigga if he
If
played
the
a full
nigga,
year.
well, ho, y'all.
okay,
Prime example
stop.
is
Wait,
But
wait, no, no,
but
said this.
no.
look, but at least, but at least,
Just
but
wait.
at least,
You
No, let him dig his
still
grave,
don't
go.
know
Just let him dig his
nothing.
grave.
Wait, wait, wait.
Y'all home because
Man,
we done
fuck
done
it.
this.
Fuck it, man.
We did it
I'm the crazy
with
one, bro. I don't
Sam
know shit.
Donald. We did the same
This shit
thing
is
with
stupid,
Sam
man.
Donald.
This
We
some
did the
stupid
same
ass
thing
shit
with
right
Sam
here,
Donald.
man.
And the
Bang
thing,
that down.
the difference
Oh
is
man,
what I said. I said if he plays the full season, because let's be
man,
real. Didn't
Mike,
we
you don't even
franchise
know what
tag
you're
Brian
saying,
Burns
bro.
and then trade him?
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Didn't we franchise
yeah,
tag Brian
yeah,
Burns and then trade him? So
yeah,
if
Exclusive,
Jace Horn
yeah,
exclusive
plays
yeah.
a
trade. Yeah.
full season, if Jace Horn plays a full season and he shows that
He
he
play a
could
full
be
season this
that
year.
motherfucking guy that we know he can be when he's healthy, then we have the option of
Uh,
franchise tag him and trade him at
Mike,
his highest value,
Mike,
so you
or
telling me I have an
we sit
option
back.
of paying him 20 million or $12 million, which I've been saying this whole fucking time. So he play a whole year
Nigga,
next year. Why would you pay the nigga 20 instead of 12? That don't even make sense, bro. Because you can let him go
because
after the 12, just like you let him go after the 20. What the fuck? What are you talking about? That shit don't make
because
sense. It
because
don't
what
make
I the
sense.
benefit because the benefit I have is to see if the nigga's actually going to fucking play.
But nigga, you
That's
keep
the
telling me
big
he gonna
thing.
play the whole season. That's the problem.
No,
You
no,
keep
I
saying he
said
gonna play the
if he
whole
plays the
season.
whole season. That's the difference.
If he
That's the
don't, it
difference.
don't say him shit.
To
Why you gonna pay
wait.
him at all?
No,
What
no,
the
no, but
fuck are you
listen, I
saying?
get to wait. I get to wait to see if a nigga plays the whole season before I put money in his fucking pocket. You gonna pay the nigga blindly, hoping the nigga plays 14 games, which you said
Mike,
you only
Mike,
have
if
15%
you
of faith the
exercise
nigga's
Because
the
you
gonna
keep
fifth
do
telling
it.
year,
me he gonna play
if
the
you
whole season. What the fuck are you talking
That's
about? You
not
keep
what I
saying he
said.
gonna play the whole season.
That's not what I said.
Man, what
That's
the
not.
this nigga, man?
I
Oh
said
bro,
if he
I'm done.
plays the
I'm
whole
done, bro. I
season,
know what the fuck he just said, bro. I'm done. I'm done, bro.
then be fucking
listen,
done.
Nigga
listen,
just say he
y'all,
gonna play the whole season. He gonna say if he play the whole. What the
No,
fuck,
I
man?
said if he played it from the beginning. If he plays the whole season, I don't have a problem franchise tagging a nigga. But I'm
Lord
not
have
about to
mercy.
pay this nigga
y'all
and put
actually,
money in his pocket
So he
ahead of
play the
time
whole
when he
season, but
never
you don't want to
played.
pay him 12 million if he play the whole season, but you want to pay him 20 if he
No,
play the
I
whole
don't
season.
want to pay him before I knows if he's going to play the whole season.
Okay,
look,
fellas.
y'all,
Okay, we have
You
gotten
look.
paying him
absolutely
more.
nowhere on this
Yeah, yeah,
JC Horn
exactly,
shit.
exactly,
Cause
exactly,
it's
exactly.
going no goddamn well. So we
Listen,
just gonna move on. Fuck it. If you want to keep him,
and,
there's a fifth year option. Exercise the motherfucker. You see what he get. Fuck it. If not, pay. Mike won't pay 20 million. Pay the fucking 20 million. Do what you want. I don't give a damn.
I gave y'all the perfect. I gave y'all the perfect example. Sam Donald. Sam Donald never played a full season in the NFL when he came to us from the Jets. We had to exercise his 5th year option before the season started. Y'all know that we lived that shit. We had to give him 16 million, or if he'd have balled out, we had to give him more than that, or we'd have had a franchise tag. That's it. We done lived this shit. It's a rerun. Same
Didn't
shit.
it
They gonna do
backfire?
the same shit.
Didn't that
They
backfire?
but what I'm saying, Sam Donald had been hurt. He got hurt when he got here or whatever. The JC Horn shit could backfire too. But they gamble with it. What did motherfucking Scott Fitterer tell you? He had to roll the dice. That's what they're gonna have to do now. Same shit. We done been through this with Sam Donald. I love y'all, love y'all, love y'all.
It's
And
more than
check
just
it.
JC Horn. You gonna have to roll the dice on. Like I just told you, Austin Corbett around here with two ACL, with an ACL and an MCL.
They rolling the
So I
dice
mean,
on his ass.
goddamn, it's
Yeah.
more
But
than just one cat that's around here injury prone.
if they draft a center, are they really rolling the dice on Austin Corbett?
Yeah,
Because
Austin Corbett your
Mike, what the
starting
hell you
center,
talking about,
Mike.
Mike?
I'm saying if they draft a center, are they really rolling the dice on Austin Corbett?
If they're drafting a center, they're getting the insurance to make sure that he make it, cause they done slid him to this position where they know that's a tedious position, dog. And he
Or
coming off
maybe
of two injuries on the same leg.
or maybe they're preparing for the year for years to come without Austin Corbett. Or maybe they
Uh,
planning on switching Austin Corbett out and putting the center there.
Well, Austin
okay,
Corbett will
Mike.
not be there
Whatever
in
make you feel better
2025, Mike.
tonight. Whatever makes you
Austin
feel
Corbett will
better.
not be there in 2025. I
Eh,
promise you. But yeah, man, this has been a terrific show. Y'all been some argumentative ass MFers.
That's for
But
damn sure.
the chat has been popping live, boy. Y'all Flame for Jesus, Justin Long, Chris, all y'all. Boy, I shouldn't have started naming because man, y'all had some questions for us, man. We went in there, we answered y'all guys. Hope we answered it next week. We're gonna be same bat channel, same bat time, same bat everything. So Mike, give me a last word. Make it short.
Look, the biggest thing people need to do is start prepping for positions that are unstable. That's what my biggest thing is when it comes to this team. We've got too many players and too many holes to put money and the focus on points where we know that either this player is not going to stay healthy, or this position is a dire need for us to succeed. If you look across the fucking NFL, real good football teams, they prep before the player is gone, or they get positions of need that can make an impact before they start crumbling.
All right.
Boy,
MDJ, give
I'm
me a
glad you
last
cut that short. Boy, I'm glad.
Um, I appreciate everybody in the chat. Y'all have a good one. I'm tired, man.
you
My head hurt, man. My head hurt.
you
Look,
give
man.
me a last word.
Shout out to everybody in the chats tonight. Do us the illustrious favor. Like the video. Look, if you wanted to hear arguments tonight, your ass got it. If you wanted to come at the dark and get a show that was going to turn up the flavors, you got it. Shout out to Mike. I don't know what planet this nigga on tonight, but hey, it's all good. Everybody around here know as a GM, you take the cheaper option and you see how it play out. Life is a gamble. Just don't be on the wrong side of a gamble. That's all. It's your boy WQ.
No doubt. Hey man, y'all know this is the rawest sports talk show. Panthers after dark on Black Cat Panther Podcast. Man, hey, tomorrow next week we'll be right back at it doing again with these argumentative efforts. D'Angelo will be back in the house off of vacation. Ah, hey Bo, this has been one for the books. We out here.